Good evening, everybody. A very happy Tuesday to you. I hope you're keeping well and have had a good week so far. As much as it's only Tuesday, so if you haven't had a good week so far, you've got the rest of the week to make up for it. Welcome to the pilot episode of The Code. And as usual with pilot episodes, it's a pilot episode, and things might go wrong, and if they do, I beg your patience, but we'll try and work our way out of them. On the plus side, I've got a very good bank of questions, so we shouldn't run out of questions. My cat is once again having a bath behind me. That's Ozzy there. He's very sweet. And it's Mrs. Flush's birthday today, isn't it, darling? She's 30. She's 30 today. Yeah, so, is it annoyingly humid where I am? Not annoyingly humid. Dylan seems to be complaining that it's very hot, but I'm very pleasant in the temperature. I think the temperature's very pleasant. Lots of birthday wishes coming in for you, darling. You've got a happy birthday from Egg and from Carl the Seventh, and a holy cow from Itogi, and a happy birthday Megs from Connor, and from Cetra, and from Keshi, and from Scooter, and from Drahuska, and Not a Jumble of Numbers, and Clive, and Shadow, and Itogi again, and Matt, and Mon and me, and Scooter Dust Feels Old, and Kaz, and Dr. Mummy, and Shadow Main says it's 30 degrees tomorrow, Egg again, and SpongeBot, and Progme. All the lovely people wishing, giving you birthday wishes.
I play the role of Leslie tonight. Sadly, no, Aspie, I won't be.
No. Mrs. Flush is off out to walk the dog, I believe, aren't you?
I've threatened to.
Threatened to walk the dog. Well, that's Mrs. Flush's birthday. Let me say hello to all the rest of you before we go. Having 5 years on Megs, appreciate all of them. Only 30, no chance. Only 30. What's that? Do you think she looks older, Connor? Are you suggesting Mrs. Flush looks older than 30?
That's brave.
Oh, at least 25. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Well redeemed. Well redeemed there. I'm going to say, I hope you enjoyed set game while we were waiting. Although that is going to make it more difficult to go down the list and say hello to everybody, I've now realised. So apologies if I miss you. I'll see if I've got everything. I don't think I've got all the chat. It must have refreshed. But it gave you something to do while we were prepping the stream, so I might make that a thing. If I miss you, I'm very sorry about that. Thank you to Backstarred Worms for the follow. I did catch that just before we started. But good evening to Egg Fried Cheese, to Persephone's Twitch bot, to Not a Jumble of Numbers, to Towboy, Bocky Ralboa. And now I'm into set game, because that's where my chat starts. Stushka, good evening and welcome. Keshi Herkar, the 7th, hello. Not a Jumble of Numbers, Aspia Dog, Cetra, Dr. Mummy, Bocky Ralboa, hello. Good evening to all of you. Connor, Toadboy again. Car the 7th, Persephone's Twitch bot again, because there's a lot of Persephone's Twitch bot at the moment. I'm trying to filter through everything. Aspie, good evening. Keshi, Itogi, Dr. Mummy, Drahuska. I'm just saying the same names now. Score Count, good evening, Score Count. Hello, welcome. Aspie, Connor, Towboy, Shadowmane, hello. SpongeBot, Not a Jumble, Keshi, Nightbot is here. Mon and me, good evening. Matt, hello to you. Clive, a Legend, Drahuska again. Itogi, good evening. Car the 7th, good evening to... Is that everyone? That's everyone that I've got, I think. Scooter Dust, good evening to you. Toshi, good evening, hello. Lingomaniac, TJ, Brig Bother, and everyone who is in the chat and lurking about. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And I hope you're all well. Oh, where are you taking the cat? We need to get to the laundry basket. Right, this is The Code, which is an idea that Yabba Guy, who is also here somewhere, I think he's just nipped to get something and then he's coming back. Yeah, Yabba Guy asked me, he mentioned that this could be a fun game that could be Twitchified, to which Score immediately said, I'm not sure that would work. And so I said, right, well, let's find out if that's the case. I had a watch of an episode and we really enjoyed it over dinner last week. Hey, Ozzy, do you want to come and say hello to the camera? Do you want to come and say hello to the cat? Oh, look at this big boy. Oh, he's such a big cat. He doesn't really like being held, though. But he is so pretty and fluffy. Oh, are you biting me now? Okay, right. That's a sign he doesn't want to be there, so he's going now. Goodbye, Ozzy. Yeah, he's a gorgeous boy. There's Penny as well, Persephone, who's on the bed. But we don't disturb her. What was? Oh yeah. So we said the score said it might not be Twitchifiable, and we watched an episode and really enjoyed it, and so I thought, well, let's give this a go. So I started this last Thursday. It was largely finished by Friday. I did a few more bits over the weekend, and then the soundscape on Sunday, and then tweaking other things over the last couple of days, and I think it's ready to go. I think. So the objective of the code is quite straightforward. There's a maximum of 30 questions in a game across a maximum of 10 rounds. You'll be given 3 answers, and then there is a question attached to each one. Only one of them is true and 2 of them are false. And if you're in the hot seat, ideally you'd have a microphone, and we can have more than one person in the hot seat at once. It will pick a random number between 1 and 3 of you to come and play in the hot seat. If you just want to play in the lobby and you don't want to play in the hot seat either because you don't want to come on voice chat, or you don't have a microphone, or you just fancy playing along for fun, you can self-exclude. There is an option to exclude yourself so that you can play along in the lobby, but not in the hot seat. If you guess which one is true, then you get to attempt to break the code. You get to pick a digit. The code is a 3-digit number with 3 distinct digits in it. There are no repeats in the code. And the objective of the game is to try and break the code. And if you break the code, you get the jackpot, which starts at £3,000. If no one wins the jackpot, it goes up by 500. If someone does, it resets to 3,000. After you have found it, you might not find a digit. And if you don't find a digit, we carry on with another question, or another set of 3 questions. If you do, the rounds progress. So when you found the first digit, you will only get to see 2 of the questions before making your decision as to which one is true. And then when you have found 2 digits, you only get to see 1 before having to make an immediate decision as to whether it's true or false. It's a fairly simple concept that I'm sure you'll pick up very, very quickly. And if you're playing along at home, then I will give you instructions all the way, and everything will be directed by Persephone's Twitch bot. But one thing that isn't is actually the questions aren't read out in the chat, but by Persephone's Twitch bot. But I think we'll be fine. So, if you fancied coming to play the code, and it is a trial run, and I'm grateful to the community for the questions they've written. We've got about I think I've got about 300 questions actually already, which is amazing. If you'd like to write some, you can download the Question Writer app from the Discord section. It's pinned in #thecode. You can download that, and it makes it very easy to write your own questions, and all the instructions are included. Right, if you'd like to play, let's pop you into the lobby. So welcome to the code. To join the lobby, type ! and then 3 numbers, where star are your 3 predicted numbers for the vault code. So yes, if you're going to be in the lobby, you have an opportunity to try and predict the code, and you get points depending on it. Now, if you get it wrong, you're immediately eliminated from the lobby, and oh, okay, we've got an error. That's a good start, isn't it? What's happened there? 79, hold fire. That's never come up before. I imagine someone has typed something that it doesn't like. Twitch control 79. What's wrong with 79? Enter lobby code. If code string 0 equals code string 1, or code string 0 equals code string 2, or code string 1 equals code string 2. Right, who's typed something illegal? Not a jumble of numbers, I suspect. Enter 000. We broke the code. Yeah, okay. It's alright, I can fix that, but I'm just wondering what is going on with that. Twitch control 79. If code string 0 equals code string 1, or code string 0 equals code string 2, or code string 1 equals code string 2, that seems to suggest that we've got an out of bounds arrays, which means if you've typed, so to enter lobby code, if lobby is not locked and message.length is equal to 4, and 0 equals that. So for a start, I don't know why I'm doing 0 and 1 and not 1 and 2. Okay, that is interesting. I probably could carry on from here, but I'm just actually going to close it down and just fix this more directly, because that's deeply wrong. 2 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 3. Message.length equals 4, and message, the first character of the message is an exclamation mark. If int.tryPassMessage.substring out encode prediction, do the stuff. If code string 1 equals code string 2, or code string 1 equals code string 3, or code string 2 is code string 3. I don't know why that would have returned. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's the first time it's been into live play, Aspie, so, you know, cut me some slack here. Let me try that again. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't. The repeating of digits should be handled. It should just not do anything. It should just return you. It should just bounce you back out. Someone try it again. In fact, I'm going to try it again. Oh my god, who was that? That was the first one that came in. 79. What is happening there? Code string. What is code string? Out code prediction. String code string equals code prediction dot to string. Ah, yes. So Ash's first suggestion that if you type 000 and it puts that to a string, that's just going to return nothing, so it's not going to have any characters to compare against. So if you put in a digit as 3 zeros and it converts it into a string, I thought it would have gone turn it into 3 zeros, but apparently it's not doing that. So, Ash, if I do something like that, unrecognized. I'm just thinking if I do something like toString, and I put this obviously without the quotes. Yeah. No, I'm typing it in chat. Oh, should I put the should I just put the Unity on? Sorry about this, everyone. So it's had to happen once, you know, once. Where are we? Visual Studio. So here is the culprit. It's there. So code string is being generated there. I'm just thinking if I did something like that, would that get around the problem? Zero pad it. Yeah, impromptu dev stream. Is this the code? This is the code of the code. Yeah. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm not very grateful to you. Although why it's chopped coming out the bottom of it, I don't know. That should zero pad it, yeah. Okay, great. So code string. Oh, actually, no, I was right first time with that because I pass it and get rid of the exclamation mark. Because we go from the substring there. 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2. Okay, fine, great. Right. Hopefully that will solve the problem. And then the code. Okay, and bada boom, bada bing. Right, third time lucky. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's give this a go. Yeah, 3 minutes. I changed that. That was right before, and then I thought, hang on, the code is a 4. The lobby code is a 4-character code. And then I realised I wasn't passing the exclamation mark because it just turns it into an int. So it serves me right for trying to be clever with this lobby, though, I guess, doesn't it? Well, we've got more people than we started with, so I can only assume the impromptu dev stream hasn't been a total disaster. People are sticking around. Right, let's try it now. Someone try and enter 3 exclamation marks or 3 zeros. Hey, there we go. Nicely done. So yeah, if you want to come and play, pop in a number. Now, if you don't want to come and play in the actual speaking, that's fine, and I can see a few people have done so already. You will have had a little message. I know egg fried cheese is one of them. I won't say the other two in case I don't want to, but you but just to make the point that it is working, I'm seeing egg fried cheese's name. So if you just want to play fun and you've no intention of playing in the hot seat, that's completely fine. You can self-exclude yourself. You can't unexclude yourself because it means I can use the exclusion list for people who've been in the game already or people who need a timeout or whatever. And you can leave as well. So that all works, which is great. So yeah, it's all very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Slightly nervous it's all going to break. To be fair, it's already broken once, so we can't break it anymore. So we've got £3,000 in the current jackpot, which is, if you crack the code today, you'll go straight to the top of the leaderboard. Thanks, TJ. Very mature. So, minus 456. I don't think it's going to pass that, Ash, but thank you for trying to break it. Weirdly enough, 456 is my go-to code number because it's the name of an alien in Torchwood. Yeah, so we've got a few. We've got 7 people on the exclusion list, which is fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh. I'm counting it, people start leaving. 17, 18, 19, 20. That's about 25 of you there. I don't know why it says 0 out of 0. I thought I'd fix that, and it shouldn't do that anymore. It should just say 0, I think. But that will get changed when you start getting them right. That's basically how many codes you've got right. So if you're wrong in the Twitch audience, you are immediately eliminated. You're taken out of the list and you can't answer any more questions until the start of the next game. If you get it right and the digit is in your code, then it doesn't matter where it is in your code, then you get a number. And at the end of the lobby, the survivors, whoever's got the most points in the lobby, is the winner or joint winner. Okay. Fairly straightforward, and I'll explain everything else as we go. This is a whispers game, by the way. You need to whisper, and it's going to be A, B, or C that you'll need to whisper when we get there to Persephone's Twitch bot, so make sure you have her on standby ready. Right, we're going to lock the lobby, and we're going to pick some players who are going to then come and hopefully join me in the lobby for a bit of chatter. Let's lock it up. And 3 of you. So we're going to have a team of 3 in this very first game, starting with Brig Bother, Aspie a Dog, and Lingo Maniac. You are the first team of 3, and now we are going to pick a code, and it is going to lock the vault once it's picked our 3 numbers. And there we go, the code is locked. So I now need my 3 players. If you'd like to make your way down to the necessary room, if I can actually go into the necessary server, that would probably help. We've got Aspie, we've got Lingo. Have we got a Brig Bother? I think Brig's in the server, isn't he? If you're not in the server, Brig, just star. Am I in the wrong room? Oh no, I've got Aspie, I've got Lingo, I've got Matt and Egg and Persephone. Just waiting on Brig. And hopefully you can see that in the streaming. I know I'm muted in the server for now. I'm just going to wait until we've got everyone. Yeah, that fancy slidey graphic, that took me a little bit of time to get right, that did, but I'm quite happy with how it's come out. On later episodes, do you force a number of players? Silent Marine, I can rewrite the code to make it force a certain number of players, or I could add a line that would make it pick a certain number. That's not too much of a problem. At the moment, though, no. Cool. Thank you, Egg, for the message. Appreciate that. We've got a Brig Bother who has just joined the public chat room, so I hope he's going to be brought down into the streaming room. I'm just going to undeafen myself there, and I'm going to unmute the Discord players. So, Lingo Maniac, Brig Bother, and Aspie a Dog, good evening and welcome to the code.
Hiya.
Hello. Thank you, Ben.
Lovely to have you all here for the opening game of the code.
Oh, we all feel very, very lucky to be part of the very first game.
The very first game. You honoured, you lucky people. Well, I'm very excited about it as well. You've got to work as a team, so sometimes 3 brains can be better than 1, but I'm hoping there won't be too many arguments over disputes of the questions. We will find out. First things first, let's have a look at your first question. So, answer number 1 is, it's a statue of a urinating child. Answer number 2 is funny woman. And answer number 3 is Hirilda civilization. Now, the way this is going to work, normally I would get your thoughts on the questions as they turn up, but we are going to let the Twitch lobby answer first. So once the questions are revealed, I will start the Twitch timer. Twitch audience, you've then got just shy of 20 seconds to submit which one you think is true. And it's a single letter to the bot, either A, B, or C. If you don't get your answer in time, you will be automatically eliminated. So let's have a look at these questions. Question A. Why might Belgium's mannequin piss not be a suitable location to win your prudish mother-in-law's respect? Let's have a look at question B. Barbara Streisand starred in which 1975 sequel to the musical Funny Girl? Let's have a look at question C. The Indus Valley civilization is also known by what other name? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds, starting now, to submit your answer, whether you think it's A, B, or C, and whisper it to the bot. All will be revealed in a minute. You've got until that timer runs out. Okay, there's the Twitch audience out of time. Brig, Aspie, and Lingo. What are your immediate thoughts? Let me come to Brig first and ask you about question number 1, courtesy of Clive of Legend. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's correct. I'm 95% sure the mannequin piss is a statue of a uniting child. My parents actually had a corkscrew based on it back in the 80s. So I am not pretty confident A is correct.
Okay. Aspie, any additional thoughts?
I honestly thought when that answer came up, it's a statue of a urinating child, that was a joke answer. I mean,
Huh.
what the heck? When is that?
Lingo, any further thoughts?
Clive, you had a lot of fun writing that question, I'll bet. But yes, when I first saw that, I thought about the mannequin piss because I know that it's a Gulliver item in Animal Crossing, and I know that it is indeed a statue of a urinating child.
Well,
So I would feel comfortable going with A.
Okay, team. It sounds like you're leaning towards A. Would you like me to lock in A as your answer?
I mean, for me, it's a correct answer. So I think I can't. The other two, I couldn't tell you if it's correct answers or not, to be honest. But I don't think they are. I don't think it was a funny woman. And I've never heard of a Herald civilization. So I would be confident that A is correct.
Are you the same, Lingo?
Lingo?
Yeah.
Are you the same? Are you feeling confident with A?
Yes.
So it sounds like we've got certainly 2 out of 3, which is enough for me to take a lock in at. If you're happy then, team, I will lock in A as your answer.
I can't convince them because, to be honest, any of them could be correct. But I'm going to roll with the team and say A, please.
Okay, let's lock in A as the answer. And now, let us reveal what the correct answer is. It is A. Why might Belgium's mannequin piss not be a suitable location to win your prudish mother-in-law's respect? Because it's a statue of a urinating child. Eliminated on that question, Itogi, Dr. Mummy, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Shadowmane, Spongebob, Scooter Dust, Yabagai, and Toad Boy Bad Luck, falling at the first hurdle there. Let's reveal the other answers. Barbara Streisand starred in which 1975 sequel to the musical Funny Girl? It wasn't Funny Woman, it was in fact Funny Lady. Funny Ladies.
Ah.
And thanks to Kassane or Kassani, I can never quite remember the pronunciation. The Indus Valley civilization is also known by what other name? It's not the Harilda civilization, it's actually the Harappan civilization.
Oh.
So, anyway.
Some tricky ones to start us off, but we knew the answer was A, so nice and comfortable start. So, team, you get a chance to look for the first digit of the code. What digit would you like to look for?
Shall we try a 4?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's have a look.
We'll take a 4.
Let's have a look and see if there is a 4 in your code. Oh, good, it's fixed the lobby, so you're all on 0. Okay, is there a 4 in the first box? Not in the first box. Let's try the second one. Are we going to see a 4? We are not. Box number 3, we want to see a 4. A flash of green? No. No 4 in your code. So, but that's fine because it means
there's an argument for as long as possible to stay on level 1.
As long as possible on level 1 is possibly a good strategy to go for. Right, well, let's end that question and let's have a look at another. So your 3 answers are Brazilian, Ireland, and Malcolm X. I'm going to go again through A through C and we'll let the Twitch audience answer first. So question A. The Formula 1 driver Ayrton Senna was of what nationality? Question B. Loch Lomond is a body of water found in which UK country? And question C. When Dorothy Parker died in 1967, to whom did she bequeath her estate? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds. Your time starts now. A, B, or C, and whisper it to the bot. And there's your time up. Okay, Aspie, I shall come to you first this time. any of those questions leaping out at you, which one would you like to talk to me about?
Well, I've never heard of Ayrton Senna, so I can't help you there. Loch Lomond, I don't know. If you're talking about Ireland, I assume you mean Northern Ireland or something, but I don't think it's even in Ireland. I think it's probably in Scotland or something. And I don't even know who Malcolm X is, so I think Lingo will have to help me out on that one.
Okay, so you're thinking that B might be false. Let's have a chat with Lingo. Lingo, what are you thinking about any of them?
Yeah, when I first saw Loch Lomond, I mean, I know Loch, I think, is Scottish, I think it's Scottish somehow, so my guess would be Scotland for that one. I mean, then again, you saw me on Millionaire a short while ago, so I mean, I wouldn't let myself be the number one authority on that.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's another.
My fault. I apologize.
No, it's all good.
And Brig. Sorry. No, go on, Lingo. Go on.
Yeah, looking at A, I'm trying to think. Ayrton Senna, the first thing that's coming to mind is the official the primary language of Brazil is Portuguese, I believe. So, I don't know much about Portuguese names, although that could just be a red herring too, because someone from Brazil may not necessarily have a Portuguese-based name. I don't know. If I had to take a guess, I would have more confidence in C than any of the other two.
Okay. Brig, what are you thinking?
That's interesting because I think it's A. Because
interrupt very slightly is that the question is spelled incorrectly on question.
Okay, so the question is A-I-R-T-O-N.
Yeah.
Thank you, Egg.
I think it's A because my family were very into Formula One back in sort of the 80s and sort of 90s, and I remember Ayrton Senna, and I remember when he died. I remember they did a funeral. I'm pretty sure it was in Brazil. Ireland is definitely wrong. I couldn't tell you if Malcolm X was wrong because I'm not sure, but I am 90% confident that Ayrton Senna was Brazilian.
Okay, so Brig has certainly eliminated B, as did Aspie. Lingo was possibly torn between A and C. What would you like me to lock in, guys? Because I need a decision from you.
If it was me, it would be A, but it's a team effort, so...
Do you know what, Brig? If you are a Formula One fan just like Matt the Ref, and you know that Ayrton Senna is Brazilian, then I'm prepared to trust you if Lingo is.
I will trust you as well. I'm now thinking was 1967 the right time period for Malcolm X? And I'm kind of doubting that, so I'd be okay with going with A.
Okay, then in which case I will lock in A as your answer. And computer, can you please reveal what the true fact is? It was indeed A, well reasoned out. We lose score count, JPB, Connor, Egg, 8Minky and Prog Me to that question. Sadly, you are eliminated from the game. What were you saying for question B? You thought it was Loch Lomond is not in Ireland. Where did you think it was?
Scotland, perhaps? It sounded Scottish to me.
Let's have a look. It is indeed in Scotland. And you were saying, Lingo, you don't think Malcolm X was possibly the right time. I couldn't tell you about the time, but I can tell you that when she died, she bequeathed her estate to Martin Luther King Jr. So, yes, may not have known, but we were confident enough to go for A, and we got it right. So you get another opportunity to look for a digit in the code. I think Aspie picked the last one, so Brig or Lingo, would you like to pick the next one?
Go on, Lingo.
Let's try 9.
Number 9. Okay, let's have a look and see if there is a number 9 in your code. And the first box. No, nothing there. How about in the second? Not in the second. We want to see one in box number 3, do we? Are we going to see a 9? No. No 9 there. So, 2 digits down. We're yet to find a digit in the code, but that's all good. We're going to go on to question number 3. And we're down to the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players in the lobby. 11 players still alive. So, again, 3 answers, and the Twitch lobby get a chance to answer first. Paris, the moon, and would I lie to you? Let's have a look. Question A. Georges Seurat's masterpiece, A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of Le Grand Jatte, currently hangs in which city? Question B. What is heliology the study of? And question C. Pants on Fire was the working title for which long-running panel game? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds. Your time starts now. And we're grateful to Clive of Legend and Kusani again for these questions. And I think it was Cola Cola on the last one who put a question in as well. Very grateful to you. And that's just about your time up there, Twitch audience. Okay, Lingo, coming to you first. Any of those jumping out at you?
Well, I'm pretty sure that B is false because helio, I think it means the sun. So that's just between A and C.
Between A and C. Brig, any of those A or C ringing any bells?
I'd like to say I know C, but I don't. There was an E4 show called Pants on Fire quite recently, which was about somebody doing a stunt, other people trying to pretend they've done it, and people trying to work out who actually did it or not. But it's possible it's correct. I've got no idea where A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of the Grand Jatte is currently hanging.
Aspie, any strong thoughts yourself?
I thought heliology was probably the study of helium or something, but that's me taking it a bit literally. I've never heard of the painting A Sunday Afternoon, and my first reaction was I thought C was the most plausible, but then again, like Brig said, it could have been a separate show, a different show altogether, or a show in its own right. So I'm afraid I'm none the wiser.
That's my problem. Well, C is plausible, but I'm wondering if the name has been chosen deliberately because it's a different show with the same sort of lying idea. So with that, I'd be inclined to go for A, but I'm not confident on any. Other than B, you're definitely correct. It's definitely that. I'm not confident to pick either A or C either way. I think A more than C, but it's 60-40.
Bingo, what do you think A is correct, or is it somewhere else?
I mean, right now I'm just thinking of, okay, like famous art museums in the area. Like, where's the Louvre? Is that in Paris?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, so if it is in the Louvre, then we know that A is the answer. But I mean, if it's not at the Louvre, then where else could it be?
Well, there are plenty of places in Paris.
Paris doesn't house exclusively French paintings.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. But I mean, like, I would know, like I'm pretty sure the name is French, so I would assume that it would be something to be very proud of. Like, it's very like that. I mean, it's like the painting that everyone knows. Like, you think, oh, it's the painting with the dots, and like, you know, like, oh, like I know what painting you're talking about, even if you don't know the exact name of it.
I mean, I can tell you what the theme tune for Would I Lie to You is called. It's called Bar Fight, but I couldn't tell you what it might have been. The working title for it might have been. Oh, it's just really, really annoying.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be one of these things. I imagine it's not something you're going to forget in a hurry. Either way.
Yeah.
Are there any other panel shows that Pants on Fire could be the working title for?
Well, like I said, there was literally a show called on E4 called Pants on Fire, which is why I'm wondering if he's picked that deliberately.
I'm going to have to press you guys for a decision. It's A, B, or C. You've got to lock one in.
I'm more confident of A, but I'm not 100% confident. Not like the other questions.
Well, I'm now starting to buy into your logic, Brig, and I also want to just go with A and hang the consequences. And we are under a little bit of pressure, so shall we just pick A and hang the consequences?
I'm okay with picking A.
Okay, fine.
We're going to lock in A as our answer, please, Royal Flush.
Okay, let's lock in A. And now, computer, will you please reveal what is the correct answer? Oh, it's not A.
Oh,
it's
dear.
not.
Clive.
Yes, you've been foxed by a Clive a Legend question. Also foxed Ash the Bash, Applecast, Raw Justice, Matt the Ref, Cola Cola, Drahuska, and Cetra. Bad luck, guys. That is not the correct answer.
Well.
Shall we
You're
reveal?
torn anyway, so
You were.
what could we do?
So, are you anticipating it being C?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
It had to be.
Was indeed C. Only 4 survivors in the lobby: Clive, Keshi, Kart, and Side Guy Dave. Congratulations, you have survived the lobby.
About that, actually.
What you were suggesting heliology was the study of not the moon but
The sun.
It is indeed the sun. And as to Georges Seurat's masterpiece, A Sunday Afternoon in the Island of Le Grand Jatte, it currently hangs in Chicago. It's housed in America. So, guys, unfortunately, that is the end of your time here. You've not managed to crack the code on this occasion, but I hope you've had fun, and I hope you'll stick around for the rest of the stream.
I didn't want 3,000 anyway. I want more.
Nice. Well, let's just go and see if the leaderboard is working. It is, because there's no one on it. But it does mean that
next time.
It does mean next time we will add £500 to that jackpot. But for now, guys, thank you very much for playing, and stay tuned in the lobby while we reset the game, and we will move on to another game very shortly.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, guys. And by very shortly, I do of course mean immediately, because I've programmed this one a little bit better, so I can just click a button and it automatically resets it. Brig Bother, Aspia Dog, and Lingo Maniac failing to crack the code there, or even find a single digit. But now you've seen the concept of the game, hopefully you'll be up for coming and having a go yourselves if you fancy it. Let's open up the lobby. No, don't start question. Open up the lobby, Ben. Same concept again. Exclamation mark, followed by the 3-digit prediction for your code. And if you would like to add yourself to the exclusion list, just type exclamation mark exclude, and you will be added onto the exclusion list. For posterity, just so we give a few people a chance to have a go, Brig, Aspie, and Lingo, I have added you to the exclusion list manually. So it won't pick you again this time around, but I can always clear that a little bit later on. Okay, we'll give you just another 30 seconds to see if you want to come join. In fact, I'm just going to get another beer, and then we will continue. I'll leave Ozzy in charge. Ozzy, you're in charge. Okay, hopefully Ozzy was, yes, did a suitable job of being in charge. That's cool, Yabba, no problem. Okay, let's lock the lobby and pick another team to come and have a go. Just a single player this time. Who's it going to be? Cetra! It's just you. So if you want to make your way down to the chat room, that would be grand. From there, we can continue the game as it picks the code. And there we go. So, Cetra. Yeah, the mix-up of the player numbers, I mean, that was an actual thing in the game, and I thought making it random to throw people together who are from the community who might not necessarily normally talk to each other, I thought was quite a nice idea, and it could be quite a fun thing to do, and maybe we'll make some friends. Oh, and thank you for the reminder as well, Matt, because, of course, we need to add £500 to the jackpot, so I need to go Master Controller, add 500 to jackpot, so we're now after 3,500. Have we got a Cetra? Have we got a Cetra? Have we got a Cetra?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. The range, yeah, what do you mean by the range, Car?
Yeah, so between 1 and 3 players get randomly selected.
Oh, I see. Yes, a range of players. Yes, between one, 2, or 3 is what it is. And I think someone asked earlier on, Silent Marine, I think it was, can I force it to pick a certain number? Not yet, but it wouldn't be very difficult to add, a public variable that does do that. And it looks like we've got Cetra. Cetra, welcome to the game. Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Hello, Cetra. Welcome to the game. You are the first solo player in the code. How are you feeling?
I just feel this would be very hard.
Well,
because I'm all by myself.
all by yourself. But let's give it a good go and see what happens. Let's attempt to crack the code. Okay, so your first set of answers are. I suppose that's I don't want to say in case that's what the question is, but that symbol, Keith, and yes.
Yes, I think the best way of explaining the answer to that question is it is one of my questions.
Thank you very much for the clarification, and I'm glad I caught myself there. So that symbol, Keith, and yes. Get ready to answer into the Twitch lobby as soon as Persephone bot asks you to. If you're playing in the lobby, whisper to the bot either A, B, or C, which you think is true. Question A, Cetra. The mathematical symbol greater than is depicted using which symbol? That's question A. Question B. According to the Chicken Song, you should extract your wisdom teeth from form a string quartet and then pretend your name is what? And question C. Does rich Uncle Pennybags wear a monocle? Thank you to Clive of Legend and Egg Fried Cheese for these questions. If you're playing in the lobby, you've got about 20 seconds to answer, starting now.
Me and Clive have been talking, going, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing each other's questions.
Okay, Twitch lobby, your time is up. Cetra, what are you thinking?
Well, my first thought is he is not right. Because the symbol greater than is the other symbol. This one is for smaller than.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not sure about the other two.
Have you got any... Sorry, I was going to say, have you got any inclination about either of them at all? Which one?
I have a slight inclination on B.
As in, you think that one might be true or that one might be false?
As in, that might be true.
Okay.
Because the name Keith really fits to the song.
Uh-huh.
Extract your wisdom teeth, form a string quartet, and then pretend my name is Keith. Kinda seems right.
Do you want to lock it in?
Well, because I don't know how Rich Uncle Pennybags looks, and do they have a monocle or not, I think I want to lock in B.
Okay, let's lock in B as your answer. And now let's have a look and see if it is the correct answer. It is! It is the correct answer. And according to the Chicken Song, you should extract your wisdom teeth, form a string quartet, and then pretend your name is Keith. Apple Cars, Kazvez, Puzzle Down, Itogi, Shadowbane, Toyboy, and Matt the Ref falling victim to that question. As to the other two, you correctly pointed out that the mathematical symbol greater than is actually depicted by a symbol going the other way round. The one that was there was a less than. And as to Rich Uncle Pennybags, I think he's the mascot from Monopoly. I haven't got any factoids here, but I think so. Clive will hopefully be able to confirm that in the chat. Yes, Monopoly, excellent. So the answer presumably is no, he doesn't. He does not wear a monocle. So the correct answer was indeed Keith. And Cetra, you get a chance to pick a digit for your code. Which digit would you like to look for?
Well, because we just had Keith to clarify the question, I think we should look for an 8 in the code.
8, the first 8 search of the code. Let's have a look and see if there is an 8 in your code. In the first box, maybe? No 8 there. How about in the second? Not in the second box either. Maybe in the third? Not in the third neither. There is no 8 in your code, Cetra, but that's okay. So we go on to the next question. Question number 2. And your options are boron, aerosarin, and exabyte. Let's have a look at your questions. Question A. Of all elements of the periodic table with a one-letter symbol, which element symbol comes earliest in the alphabet? Question B. A favourite of crossword setters, which architect designed the Louvre Pyramid? And question C. What unit of storage is equal to 1,000 terabytes? Thank you to Lingomaniac and Dogfish for these questions. Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds to get your answer in, starting now. Whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, A, B or C, which one do you think is true? And Twitch, your time is up. So, Cetra, over to you. What do you think?
Okay, this set is a bit easier.
Huh?
Remember, the boron is B, and I don't remember an element with the letter A as its symbol.
You say you can or you can't?
What?
So, did you say you can't think of a chemical symbol with A, or?
Yeah, I said I can't.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that this would actually be the correct answer.
So, would you like me to lock in?
Yes, I would like to lock in A.
Okay, let's lock in A. And let's find out what the correct answer is. It is indeed A. Well logicked there. Didn't even need to look at the other questions. We sadly lose Psycho Dave, Lingomaniac, Brig Bother, Score Count, Keshi Head, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Scooter Dust, and Clive of Legend on that question. Not as easy when it's not your questions, Clive, eh? Wow. Okay. So yes, that's the other two. A favourite of crossword setters, which architect designed the Louvre Pyramid? It wasn't Eero Saarinen. Any ideas?
No.
It was.
No ideas.
Was in fact Eo Ming Pai, apparently. And what unit?
Eero Saarinen. Never mind.
Okay. And what unit of storage is equal to 1,000 terabytes? Not an exabyte, but it is in fact petabyte or a petabyte. So well done in the chat if you got that, and well done if you survived. Now, Cetra, a chance to look for another digit for you. You've looked for an 8, it wasn't there. What would you like to look for next? Cetra, we lost you. We appear to have lost Cetra. Oh, Cetra. Come here, Cetra. Oh, there's a noise. Cetra, you back with us?
Hello.
Hello, there we are. What digit would you like to look for?
Let's look if a 6 is there.
A 6. Okay, let's see if a 6 is hidden in your code. Round and round they go. First box. No 6. We look to box number 2. No 6. Maybe in box number 3. No 6s in your code, Cetra, so we stay at stage 1, but that's fine. We can end that question, and we can go on to question number 3. Your options are New York Celtics, or Celtics, depending if you're a football fan, Craig Charles, and Dust a Shelf. So for the Twitch audience first, question A. Which NHL ice hockey team play their home matches at Madison Square Garden, New York? Question B. Who was the original host of Robot Wars? Question C. What would a Frenchman be most likely to do with a plumeau? Twitch audience, those of you who remain, you've got about 20 seconds to submit your answer to the bot. A, B or C, just the letter as to which one you think is true. Okay, Twitch audience, your time is up. Cetra, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I think I have a slight inclination on C.
On C, okay.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why?
Because the word plumeau reminds me of those things that some dogs usually have, like Shih Tzus, for example.
Okay.
Therefore, is a sort of a thing that looks like something you could dust a shelf with.
Would you like to lock in C as your answer?
As I have no idea on the either of the remaining questions, yeah, I would like to lock in C.
Okay, let's lock in C. It's locked. So, computer, can you please reveal if C is in fact the correct answer? It is the correct answer. A Frenchman would most likely to dust a shelf with a plumeau. Sadly, we lose SpongeBob, Dogfish, 8Minky, and JPB for that one. Bad luck. We'll see you in the next game. As to the other two, question A, which NHL ice hockey team play their home matches at Madison Square Garden, New York? It is in fact not the New York Celtics, but
New York Rangers, isn't it?
The New York Rangers. Thank you very much, Egg Fried Cheese, and thank you to DMM for that question. And question B, who was the original host of Robot Wars? This was the only one I knew for a fact was false. It wasn't Craig Charles. He was the most well-known host, but the original one, I believe, was actually a certain Top Gear host.
It was.
Jeremy Clarkson. Thank you, Egg. I can manage the commentary on my own. Thank you all the same. Jeremy Clarkson, yes, was the original host of Robot Wars. So, Cetra, you get a chance to look for another digit. There's no 6 and there's no 8. What would you like to look for next?
Okay, let's look for 0. Is there?
We're going to look for a 0. Okay, let's have a look and see if there is a 0 in your code. We're going to check in that first box. Is there a 0 there? There is not. How about in the second? No 0 in the second either. We look to box number 3. And there is no 0 in box number 3. 3 tries, 3 failures to find a number, but that is fine. We can end the question, and we move on to question number 4. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players remaining in the lobby. And of course, no one has got any points yet because we haven't found a digit yet. Your options are Gin, Zeppelin, and In the Heat of the Night. Let's have a look at the questions. Twitch audience first. Question A. What type of alcohol is used to make a Bloody Mary cocktail? Question B. Jean-François Pilatre de Rosier is credited with making the first manned flight in what form of transport? And question C. They call me Mr. Tibbs is a famous quote spoken by Sidney Poitier from which 1967 film? Twitch audience, 20 seconds, A, B or C to the bot. Time starts now. And Kusani, Clive and DMM, we are very grateful to you for these questions. And that's just about time up in the lobby. So Cetra, we come to you. What are you thinking? Have we dropped Cetra again? Cetra, oh come here, Cetra. We appear to have lost Cetra again. I think he drops in and out. His voice. Ah, there we go, there's a noise. Hello, Cetra. Welcome back. Okay, what are you thinking?
Okay. Okay, I don't know anything about C.
Okay.
I thought of Bloody Mary, but I do not remember if Jin is there or not.
What
What
about
about B? Well, I think I remember that person. It has to do with like zeppelins and air balloons and stuff. Could be just a trap, and it's not actually a zeppelin.
Could be a trap. That's half the fun of this game.
Yeah, because this word is the word zeppelin is in German. And I think German actually invented this kind of transport. Jean-Francois Pilatre-Rosier, I think it's definitely French. So that's why it could be a trap, or it could not be a trap.
What are you going to go for?
Well, I have to risk it in one way or another.
Indeed.
Okay.
What are we going to lock
I
in?
would like to lock in B.
B. Okay, I shall lock in B as your answer. It's locked. And can we please reveal which answer is correct? It's not B. It's not B. Jean-Francois Pilatre-Rosier is not credited with making the first manned flight in what form of transport. We lost Drahuska, Yabai, Connor, Raw Justice, Mothers, and Ash on that question. You got them onto the right track there. You did recognise Zeppelin as being German and Rosier being a French name. Let's reveal the actual correct answer. It was C. They call me Mr. Tibbs. It's a famous quote spoken by Sidney Poitier from which 1967 film it was in the heat of the night. To reveal the false answers, the Bloody Mary, it wasn't gin, I believe it's vodka. And suggestions coming up from the chat Applecast seems to suggest it's a hot air balloon. Shall we have a look at what B was? It was indeed a hot air balloon. So, bad luck, Cetra. You had a good crack at it. You got through 3 digits, and on your own, that is no mean feat. But no digits found in your code, and the vault remains locked. Hope you've had a good time all the same, and we'll speak to you another time.
Thanks for having me.
A pleasure.
Bye.
Always a pleasure. Speak to you soon. And as we can see, the leaderboard is still blank, and so we add another £500 to the leaderboard. Yes, will anyone be able to crack the code? We'll find out right after these messages. Or possibly immediately. Actually, what I am going to do very briefly is just update my exclusion list so I don't have to do it every time. So Cetra, is it 4271, I believe? Let me just double check that. 4271, yep. And Brig Bother and Aspie Dog and Lingo Maniac 88. That's just so I don't have to keep updating like 4 names and exponentially more names each time. So now I've done that, and that will save in between sessions. We can go again. The highest I saw Brig was the one on YouTube, which was about 14,500. But yes, it wouldn't at all surprise me if it did manage to get up to those lofty heights. Right, let's open up the lobby. And remember, if you just want to play in the chat, you can self-exclude. And that would be well. We need to add some more money to our jackpot, come to think of it. So the jackpot goes up to 4,000 now. Come and join, come and join. And say if you want to exclude, that's fine. If for whatever reason you don't want to come and chat, or you can't chat, you're unable to, or for whatever reason you just don't fancy it, you just want to play in the lobby, that's cool. Oh, it's working now. It's doing the zeros properly. Maybe in a minute it stops doing them properly. Did I imagine that? Was it going 0/0 earlier on? I can't remember. Okay, 10 more seconds. And then we will pick some more players. Ozzy, have you seen something interesting on the wall? Probably a fly. Okay, well let's lock up the lobby and find out who's going to be coming to try and crack the code this time round. And we've had all 3 options now, 2 players in this game. Starting with SpongeBot64, and with SpongeBot, Matt the Ref. Congratulations, you have made it into the game, you two. And you will be battling to crack the code today. Let's lock up your vault, pick its own code. Okay, SpongeBot and Matt the Ref. Nice to see that the random thing is working. We've got a Matt the Ref here. Hello, Matt the Ref.
Good evening.
Oh, you are very loud indeed. I'm going to turn you right down. So we're on 200%.
That's probably all the changes the Egg's been helping me with. Because I know previously no one could really hear me with my mic. Now I'm a bit too loud.
You are awfully loud. Just turn you down to 75. And SpongeBot, good evening to you.
Hello there. How do I sound, by the way? I hope I'm not deafening anyone.
No, you're perfect volume, perfect volume. You're possibly slightly louder than Matt, but I have to turn Matt down a bit, so it's going to whip him back up a bit more. Right, welcome SpongeBot and Matt. You are the first 2-player team into the code. Are you feeling confident?
Don't know. We've had some right doozies of questions in there tonight.
There have been some tricky ones, haven't there? What are you thinking, SpongeBot?
I've had some cookies, so I feel all right, though the part I've been stumped on a few questions, but you never know, the luck of the cookies might help.
Luck of the cookies may indeed help. Well, the very best of luck to both of you. Remember, you are playing sort of against the lobby, and they get to answer first before you get to chat. So let's have a look at the first question. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. 23 of you in the lobby, and someone who was a professional programmer might have, put a tally somewhere. But there we go. Counting it is all fine. 23 of you, and SpongeBot and Matt in the game. First questions, or first answers rather, are Philippines, Onion, and Sun Vulcan. Let's have a look at your questions. Ghee is clarified butter that originated from which country? Question B. Which type of food is called a Zwiebel in German? And question C. Years before Power Rangers, which Super Sentai series was given a 1988 gag dub by USA Network's Night Flight? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds to answer. Time starts now. And again, we're grateful to Egg Fried Cheese and Clive of Legend for these questions. If you would like to write your own questions, you can do so by downloading the app, which is pinned in the code section of the Discord. And there is your time up. Okay, SpongeBot, Matt, first thoughts.
Yikes.
I think the cookies have let me down right now.
Well, you got a couple of food questions, so maybe they're.
I think the way the cookies crumbled has not fared well for either of us.
Have you got a clue on any of them?
I was hoping Yoss was going to come up for A, as per the original joke. The irritating thing is, my mum's got her own cake company. She would know the answer for A. I'm not going to ask her though, obviously, because it's fair and all that.
I take phone a friend is not available in this game.
Sadly, no phone a friend in this one. When you're in the vault, it's
No, and no ask the host either.
No ask the host. Well, I've got the answers in front of me on this one. Actually, no, I did have the answers in front of. Actually, I've removed them from the inspector, so I can't actually see. But I don't have the. I might reveal them for a future thing, possibly.
Okay.
Go on. What are we thinking towards? What are we leaning towards? Any of them at all?
I mean, my German is absolutely non-existent. Guy, I have heard of.
I have also heard of Guy. I don't know if it's Philippines. I'd have thought maybe
No, I don't think it's the Philippines either.
I'd have thought maybe India or something, but that's just a complete guess.
Yeah, that part of the world, possibly.
That part where we import a lot of spices from. Not saying strictly India, but you know.
Scooter Dust was in Gee Club in high school.
Oh.
Boo this man!
C.
I think A is plausible. C. No, I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never even watched that many kids shows outside of the realm of CBBC, Nickelodeon, and Boomerang. Shout out to Tracy
I remember Power Rangers when it was on was it ITV on the Saturday, good old Saturday morning cartoons and all that. Survival, it could. I mean, is it Zwei that's 2 in? I'm just wondering if there's any.
Zwei is German for 2. Being Leslie here, she would feed you that information because it doesn't tell you anything about the question. I'm also not sure that's how you spell Zwei in German, but to answer your question, yes, Zwei is German for 2.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any sort of link or derivation in there. I think because I know Ben's going to push us for an answer.
He certainly is.
If I was to go with any of them, I would be tempted to go for A.
I'd have thought A was maybe India, but the others I have no.
Oh yeah, sorry, wake up. Guy would not be a correct answer, so I'm losing it. Too much hosting from last night.
Let's just clarify.
Right, okay, so A, we think that could be India. So we would rule that one out, yes?
Yes, it's either B or C by our determination.
It literally is the toss of a coin between B and C, then...
I am going to have to ask you to come to a decision, chaps.
Okay, I'm seriously hoping this is not a one-question knockout.
Hasn't happened yet.
Toss the coin, I'd go C. Just because I wouldn't have had a clue on that one.
I'd go B because I remember the first question. I got it wrong, but it could be C for all we know. Screw it. Let's go C.
Lock in C, please.
Do you like me to lock in C as your answer?
Yeah.
Can I have fries with that?
Can have a big yellow box. Okay, computer, can you please reveal the correct answer?
Oh God!
It's not C.
Clip it.
Oh, gentlemen, I'm so sorry. It's
Thanks
not.
a lot, Clive.
And again, Fox by a Clive question right there.
Egg.
Let's
words.
Let's have a look at what the answers were. You thought that A might be India. Before we do that, let's actually reveal what the correct answer is.
Right.
It was B. Spybell is an
I had
onion.
I had an inkling towards B, but eggs are going to be cracked tonight.
Well, I can.
Eggs are definitely going to be cracked.
Well, you were thinking India for A instead of the Philippines. The correct answer for A was, in fact, India.
Oh.
So well logicked there. As to C, years before Power Rangers, which Super Sentai series was given a 1988 gag dub by USA Network's Night Flight? It wasn't Sun Vulcan. It was, in fact, Dynaman.
What?
Tumbleweeds, yeah. Tumbleweeds.
Screw you, Dynaman.
Aussie, are you going to town on... Oh, okay. The cat is... the cat is washing himself again, bless him. Well, guys, I'm afraid it is a one question and out of the vault for you. I'm very sorry, but hopefully you can try again another time.
All right. Thanks.
Do enjoy the rest of the stream. Nice to see you guys. Speak to you later.
You too. See you soon.
So, SpongeBot and Matt the Ref leave the leaderboard still blank, and another 500 goes into it. Can anyone claim the jackpot? We'll find out in our next game. Adding the names to the exclusion list, it looks like it's SpongeBot 64. I think it is, yes it is.
Yes, it is, yes.
So far, we haven't even unveiled a single digit. This is a tough game, but it's deliberately so. So let's find out if our next set of players, or player, can crack the code. Let's open up the lobby. And let's again add 500 to that jackpot. Now 4,500 is what you're chasing. And remember, you've got the option to self-exclude if you, for whatever reason, don't want to come and play in voice chat. Okay, just a few more seconds, and then we will pick a new team or player. Team or player. Okay, let's lock the lobby and find out who is going to be coming to play the next game. It's another solo run, and it's going to be Scooter Dust. Scooter Dust, you have been selected. Welcome to the game. Let's pick your code. And we will lock the vault. And we'll bring Scooter Dust into the chat. Hopefully he'll be along shortly. Scooter Dust, there you are. Welcome to the code.
Hold on. Let me close. Okay, there we go.
We all set?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. Flying solo. Are you feeling confident, comfortable flying solo?
I hope so.
Well, let's see what the vault has got in store for you. Let's start off with question one. The very best of luck. There's quite a few of you still playing in the lobby. So remember, we asked the lobby first. Your options are Moses, Garnet, 7. Question A. In a 2014 film, Russell Crowe played which biblical title character? Question B. What is January's birthstone? Question C. How many players in a field hockey team? You've got about 20 seconds, Twitch audience. Whisper to the bot, A, B or C, which one you think is true. Time starts now. I might just... Scooter, there's a rustling in the background.
Oh, that's my fan.
Oh, it's a fan, right.
Yeah, it's over 90 here.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough then. Okay, Twitch audience, your time is up. Scooter, what are you thinking for this first question?
Well, I'm pretty sure Russell Crowe played Noah in that biblical movie.
Okay.
And I know January's birthstone is a garnet. I don't know how many players are on a field hockey team, so I'm gonna go B. January's birthstone is the garnet.
Would you like to lock in B as your answer?
Yes.
Okay, let's lock that in. And let's reveal the correct answer. It is indeed Garnet. Well played. January's birthstone is a Garnet. We lose Towboy, Saigai, Dave, Yabagai, Cetra, Dr. Mummy, Dogfish, Raw Justice, Keshi Head, Not a Jumble of Numbers, Brig Bother, Sponge Butcher, Husker, and Clive on that first question. Thanks to Egg Fried Cheese, Cassini, and Cola Cola for questions here. Yes, so Garnet was the correct answer. It is January's birthstone. You suggested the 2014 film with Russell Crowe. It might have been Noah. It certainly was. As to players on a field hockey team, you know it's not 7. What would you have a guess at?
I think it's 6.
Let's have a look. No, it's 11.
Wow.
A lot more. Don't know if that's ice hockey, maybe? But it's neither here nor there. You got the correct answer, and so you get the opportunity to look for a digit in your code. What would you like to look for?
Alright, let's go with 7.
Lucky number 7. Is it going to be lucky for you? Let's have a look. Well, it's not in the first box. How about the second? Not there neither. Last Chance Saloon is your digit in box number 3. It's not. There is no 7 in your code, Scooter Dust. So 1 down, potentially 9 to go. You got through the first question. Let's have a look at question number 2. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 left in the lobby. Your options are China, Virgo, and Henry VIII's marriage to Anne Boleyn. Let's have a look at your questions. Question A. On a standard risk board, which territory contains the Korean Peninsula? Question B. If you're born on the 1st of July, what would your star sign be? And question C. In July of 2015, Ireland finally repealed 1533 proclamation forbidding people from criticising what? You've got about 20 seconds, Twitch lobby. Answer now. A, B, or C. Which one do you think is true? Whisper it to the bot. Okay, Twitch audience, your time is up. I'm now just trying to think, is this the 4th game we've played? Because we had 3 people, 2 people, 1 person, and now we're back to 1 person. Yes, which means, so 4,500 is correct. 3, yes. 3, 5, 4, 4, 5. Yeah, I just had a suddenly funny thought that I hadn't added it on. I should get it to do that automatically, maybe. Right, Twitch time is up. Scooter Dust, what are you thinking?
Well, I know B is wrong because I'm a Virgo.
Aha! Yes, likewise, actually, I have to say.
And, God, it's been a long time since I played Risk. But then again, C seems like it's just so ridiculous that it's gotta be true. So... you know what? I'll shoot the moon and I'll lock in C.
You want me to lock in C?
Yeah.
Let's lock it in then. Okay. Computer, can you please reveal the correct answer? It certainly is. Yes, in July of 2015, Ireland finally repealed a 1533 proclamation forbidding people from criticising Henry VIII's marriage to Anne Boleyn. Nicely logicked there. Lingomaniac, Kazvez, Apple Cars, Carl the 7th, JPB, and Ashton Bash all eliminated on that question. As to the other one, you were quite right. Yes, Virgo is much later on. I'm a Virgo, and only just because I just missed the cusp of Leo. I'm the end of August, so presumably you end of August as well. When are you in August?
31st.
Oh wow, really late. Yeah, I'm 26th. So yeah, so I'm just into the. I think the cutoff is the 24th. Is the last one that's Leo. The correct answer for if you're born on the 1st of July, you would in fact be Cancer is the answer, the crab. And as to the first one, a standard risk board, which territory contains the Korean Peninsula? You thought it wasn't China. What do you think it might be?
I I'm not sure. I think like the whole Asian territory was grouped together.
Let's have a look.
I'm not.
Let's have a look. Mongolia. So it wasn't, not East Asia, just Mongolia was the name of it. But there we go. My brother and sister were born on June 13th and fittingly have the Gemini star sign. Nice, Shadowmane. Nice.
Yeah, everybody else in my family is a Gemini. So.
And yes, we're currently apparently in Cancer at the moment because Megs is just pointing out that that's what she is. She's on the cusp, like I'm on the cusp of Virgo. So, you're Gemini as well, Dylan. Excellent. Yes, June the 10th is your birthday. So, Scooter Dust, you get an opportunity to look for another digit. There was no 7. What would you like to look for next?
Let's go with a 1.
A 1. Okay, let's see if there is a 1 anywhere in your code. Is there a 1 in box number 1? There is not. Perhaps there might be a 1 in box number 2. Not this time. Maybe in number 3. Not in box number 3 neither. And something I haven't actually explicitly said yet, but the code, every time I reset the game, the code resets. So it's not sort of, the code doesn't hang over from last time, unlike the jackpot. So if you're trying to remember the numbers in the last game, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so no 1s and no 7s, but that's the end of the question. Let's have a look at question number 3. Down to 6 in the lobby. Egg, Shadow, Connor, Cola, Matt, and Ape. Your options are The Simpsons, Javelin, and Crocus. Questions are: according to South Park, what cartoon's writing staff consists entirely of manatees? Question B: which piece of athletic throwing equipment has a weight of 2 kilograms for men or 1 kilogram for women? And question C: which flower does saffron come from? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds to submit your answers to the bot. Answer now, please. Thank you to Lingomania. Megs is grinning at me. She remembers what happened in Millionaire that one time. Lingomaniac, Cola Cola, and Egg Fried Cheese, very grateful to you for these 3 questions. And if you would like an opportunity to write questions, remember you can download the app pinned in the code section of the Discord. Scooter Dust, what are you thinking?
Oh, I knew South Park. I'm a huge South Park fan. That was Cartoon Wars, and I believe it's the Family Guy staff that is full of manatees. I have no idea how much a javelin is supposed to weigh for a man or a woman, or if there's even a difference. However, I do know that saffron indeed comes from crocus because it's the most expensive spice in the world.
So, would you like me to lock in C?
Lock in C, please.
It's locked. Let's have a look and see if you're right. You certainly are, and we lose Connor and Shadowmane to that question. Yes? Oh, pound for pound, saffron is worth more than gold. I'm dutifully informed by Mrs. Flush. So, yes, as you suggested, Scooter, that's a very expensive spice. Or is it a spice or is it cloth? I don't even know.
It's a spice.
It is a spice.
I'm sure it has other uses.
I mean, that's quite a lot of saffron, though, if you've got a pound of saffron. I mean, that's going to last a while. Question A, you suggested South Park, which cartoon staff consists entirely of manatees? You suggested it was Family Guy. It certainly was. As to B, which piece of athletic throwing equipment has a weight of 2 kilograms or 1 kilogram for women? Not the javelin. You said you didn't have a clue. If you were going to take a punt, what would you have said?
Shot put?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Let's have a look. That's a discus.
Really?
Apparently, but academic in this case, you get another opportunity to search for a digit in your code. We haven't found a single digit from the code yet tonight. Are you about to change that now? What would you like to look for?
All right, let's go with a 6.
We're looking for a 6. Okay. Let's see. Is there a 6 in your code? Is there a 6 in box number 1? There is not. How about in box number 2?
Oh.
Yes, there is, but it crashed the program for some reason. That's probably to do with the codes that are in there, so I'm just going to let it carry on for now. Hooray! There is a 6 in your code, and I don't know why it crashed. I will look into that later on. 583. It wasn't doing this earlier on. It was working absolutely fine all through testing. How embarrassing. Let me just look that up quickly. What's that? Question controller 583. Give me a sec. Just so I know what to look for. No, absolutely, it wasn't you. 583. If digit to search dot to string equals twitch.lobbyplayersi.coprediction string j dot to string. And it was another outside of the bounds of the array, which suggests to me that it is not compiled from when you put your code in. It's not compiled it to string properly, which means, lobby players, your scores may not show up correctly. In fact, I can look at that and see that Egg Fried Cheese and 8 Minky should have a 1 in place.
What happened to Matt?
And there's a problem. Yeah, Matt's got a score of 13 there.
Yeah, because I put a 0 as my first digit.
That'll be why. I need to make some tweaks for that. Thank you for clarifying that, but that's why it's gone funny, because you've only got 2 digits in your number and I was expecting a 3rd. But at least I know what the problem is and I'll fix that for the next time. As for you, Scooter Dust, the good news is you have found a 6. Hooray! The bad news, however, though, is that it now gets a little bit more tricky and you only get to see 2 questions before you have to make a decision. Lobby players, for you, you should just be able to carry on as normal, but it won't log your scores, which is a bit of a shame, but I'll fix that for next time. So, let's go on to question number 4. So your options are Jiu-Jitsu, Big Girls Don't Cry, and Calf. Now you can only pick 2 of them to see, and then the Twitch audience is going to have to answer.
Okay,
Which 2 would you like to have a look at?
Let me have Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
And... and calf.
Jiu-Jitsu and calf. Okay, so Twitch audience, again I will reveal the questions and then read them out and then start your timer. It's exactly the same as before, except you don't get to see question B. Let's have a look. Which martial art can be loosely translated as gentle technique? And question C. Which Dave narrates Come Dine With Me? Questions from me and Clive of Legend and a mystery person that we don't know yet. Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds. Your time starts now. And as to your point, Bulls Boy, yes, the game is flawed. This is the very first time that we've played it. This is the first airing. I started coding it last Thursday. So, you know, there's going to be some gremlins, as was disclaimed at the start of the stream, which you may have missed. But thank you for the vote of support. Okay, Scooter Dust, over to you. What are you thinking?
Oh, boy. I believe A is judo. I'm not sure on that. Karate means open hand, I think. And come dine with me. I've never. I'm not exactly sure. Is that a? No, if it's a show or a play or whatever, I've never heard of it. But Dave Calf? That just, I don't know. That sounds just awkward to me. So, you know what? I'll be the test subject, and I'm gonna lock in B.
You want to lock in B as your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well.
Let's lock it in. Okay. Before I reveal the correct answer, let's take a look. Now you're locked in. Let's take a look at question B. Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and Ty Dolla $ign all featured on which 2019 hit? Does that make you feel better or worse about your lock-in?
I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm really not sure.
Let's have a look and see. Computer, can you reveal, please, the correct answer? Or first, sorry, I should say, can you reveal whether B is the correct answer? Oh! It's not! It's not, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, and Ty Dolla $ign did not feature in Big Girls Don't Cry, but you didn't get to see the question. And you had eliminated the other two, so went with it. We can now reveal that the correct answer is, in fact, A.
I really thought it was judo.
Yeah, which martial art can be loosely described as gentle technique. Oh, and look, Egg Fried Cheese has updated it now because it didn't have to look for Matt because it got it wrong, so that works. So Egg has found a number, which means Egg wins the lobby as the only survivor and, well, one of two survivors and with a 1. Finding one of the digits. Well done. Yes, gentle technique is jiu-jitsu. The other answers we can reveal answer B. It wasn't Big Girls Don't Cry. It was Hot Girl Summer, but of course you didn't get to see the question. And as to answer C, you're right, Dave Calf does sound weird, but his real name sounds arguably even weirder. It's Dave Lamb. He presents Come Dine With Me.
That actually sounds more like a name than Dave Calf to me, but...
Well, that's his name. And, well, Scooter Dust, you found 1 digit of the code, but it's not enough to open the vault, so I'm afraid you leave with nothing. But have you had a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time. This is really fun.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you another time.
Yeah, all right.
So, that is the end of Scooter Dust's run. The leaderboard remains empty, so another £500 will be added to the jackpot. Let's get on to our next game. Who do I need to add to the already played list? I did the top 4, Cetra Brig, Aspie Lingo, so I need to add Matt and SpongeBot and Scooter Dust. Right. Matt, SpongeBot, Scooter Dust. Let's add them on. So, Matt the ref, Scooter Dust, and SpongeBot 64 on the exclusion list. So that's 7 of you who have had a go, and we're going to try and have a look at the other. Did I not reveal the? No, I did. Jiu-Jitsu was the right answer. Gentle way, gentle way and/or technique. Yes, I did look it up on Wikipedia. If you want excluded, do you need to keep saying exclude to stay on? Yes, you do, because when it resets the game, it clears that exclusion list, because I don't save it in between sessions, Puzzle Dan, which might be something I fix, but then again, people might decide they don't want to play for a bit if they're waiting for food or something, and then they do want to play in the second half or whatever, so I think it's easier just to, if you add yourself by accident, I can remove it rather than having to remove it if you change your mind, so I'm just going to do it for now. I haven't opened the lobby yet, though, Scooter, so it won't work, plus you're already on it. Right, we're going to play another game. Because until I get the fix done for that 0, can I politely and respectfully maybe ask that we don't put zeros as the first digit? It doesn't matter where you put it, as long as it's in there. It won't make any difference to you. But if you could maybe avoid putting zeros for the first digit of your code, that would make life easier and it won't do that weird crash thing. And I'd be grateful to you. Let's open up the lobby. Ash really likes Torchwood Children of Earth. Clearly. Can you guess what Ash's code is? What's Ash's code? It is 456. Meg's got that reference. It is a devastating is the right word, mate. It is a devastating miniseries. It was so well done. And the fact they did it in a week, which is just unheard of in that time of television, binge watching a drama in the space of a week. We should watch that again. We're doing Breaking Bad at the moment, but we definitely need to do Children of Earth again. So it's a shame Miracle Days turned out to be such a not as good show. But hey ho. I haven't watched Class yet either. I'm told that's quite good. I'm watching a lot of video essays on Doctor Who at the moment and why Chris Chibnall is terrible. Miracle Day was fine. Yeah, that's a fair adjective there, score count. Okay, we're going to lock up the lobby and let's see who is going to be coming to play. We've got a few people on the exclusion list now. A few people have manually added themselves, a few people I've put there. Let's see who is going to be next to try and crack the code. It's another dynamic duo. And it's Dogfish44 and Shadowmane PX41. 44 and 41. There are some questions from Dogfish in here at the moment, but apparently there are 257 questions which are unused and not authored by Dogfish, 285 which are unused and not authored by Shadowmane. So Dogfish, Shadowmane, make your way down to the room. Here we are. Good evening to you both. Dogfish, Shadowmane, welcome to the code.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you both here. So far, over the 5 games that we've had, and speaking of which, I need to add another £500 to your jackpot, we have found 1 digit of the code. Can we make it 2 or 3 or maybe 4 if you find all 3 of your codes? Or code digits, I should say. We will find out. How are you feeling?
Well, I've had a good day.
I am just going to turn you down slightly, Shadowmane, because you're the loudest person in the world at the moment, but that's fine. No, it's not your fault, it's my fault. That's all good. You've had a good day. Glad you've had a good day. But you're not going running tomorrow because it's going to be 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 Celsius, which is something like 90 or like something like 92 something Fahrenheit for America.
I've never understood why
to be hot.
That is hot, but I've never understood why the weatherman, whenever it's really hot, he says it in Fahrenheit, and whenever it's really cold, he says it in Celsius. So if it's in Celsius, if it's really cold, he says, "Oh, it's it's -6 out." But if it's really hot, he says, "Oh, it's 102." It's like be consistent. Anyway, Dogfish, how are you feeling?
Quite all right. Quite all right.
Yeah.
I'm not getting completely tongue-tied on my words, I promise.
Good. Thank you for that follow there, Forest Field. The name's so good they had to name themselves twice. Forest Field. Welcome to the family. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Right, Dogfish and Shadowmane, let's see if you can crack the code. Here's question 1. So your options are scapula, a cowboy hat, and anastasis. Your questions are, and Twitch Lobby, you're going to be answering first. What is the medical name for the breastbone? That's question A. Question B. The official flag of Calgary features a white C on a red background, and what item of clothing? And question C. In June of 2020, it was reported that yet another painting in Spain had undergone a botched restoration. What did this painting by Bartolomeo Esteban Murillo depict? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds and your time starts now. And there's your time up, lobby players. So, Dogfish, Shadowmane, what are you thinking?
I think we can rule A out right away, because I'm sure scapula is shoulder. Which I don't think...
Yeah. The problem I have is C, because it's June right now, and this is news to me.
I'm sure I saw someone post it, but it was a BBC article, and I didn't bother clicking. Guess who feels like a buffoon?
Well, if the picture depicted anastasis, then if it depicted anything else other than anastasis, then you had every right to not click on it.
Is that another fan in the background, or is someone printing something?
Probably Dogfish.
That's probably my laptop being the sound of a small jet plane.
So it's nice. Adds to the ambience. What are you thinking, guys? What are you thinking?
I don't recognise what anastasis is for the life of me.
And it's June of 2020, and this is the first I've heard of it. So anastasis is a bit of a risky play. We can definitely rule A out.
If it's Spain, it tends to be religious paintings, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And if I was going to link Anastasis anywhere, it would be Anastasia, the Disney movie. Which I know is a terrible, terrible link to make.
I love that movie, mate. It's just fine. I think that's a great movie. Although I suspect that movie, in fact, I know that movie was based on a real in massive inverted commas live event that was centered on Russia rather than Spain. Not giving you hints as to what the answer might be, just giving you facts about Anastasia since you brought her up.
Well, all the signs seem to point that B would make the most sense then.
I'm going to agree with that,
Safely...
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to lock in B as your answer?
What do you think, Dogfish?
I'm happy for you to make that call. It's the one that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, we'll lock in B, please, Royal Flash.
Okay, let's lock in B. And computer, can you please reveal the correct answer? It is B! Well logicked. You've logicked away there nicely. We lose, sadly, though. Score count set for Scooter Dust, Towboy, Kazvez, Keshi, Raw Justice, Drahuska, and JPB to that first question. Yes, so as you suggested, the medical name for the breastbone is not the scapula, it is the sternum. The sternum was the answer. Correctly, the scapula is indeed the shoulder bone, I believe. As to the June 2020 Spanish painting by Bartolomeo Esteban Murillo, what did it depict? You dismissed Anastasis. The answer was, in fact, the Immaculate Conception. So yes, there was a religious link there, so well thought out there, Dogfish. It was the Immaculate Conception. So you got the answer right. It is a cowboy hat on the flag of Calgary, and your reward is that you get to pick a digit in your code. What would you like to search for?
Has anyone got a 10-sided dice?
10-sided, not on me. I could generate one in the computer. But
I mean,
shall I pick a number out of a hat? Because I don't mind. Just pick one that's in the code, okay?
Well, Shadowmay, why don't you pick one and then give Dogfish a chance to think about one for perhaps next time? But you pick the first one, Shadowmay.
why don't we see if 3 is in the code, please?
Okay, let's have a look and see. Is there a 3 in the code? Dum 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 dum. Okay, we're looking for a 3. Not in the first box, there isn't. How about the second? Any sign of a 3? Not in the second. Maybe there's a 3 in the third. Would make sense. Is it a 3? It's not. So there are no 3s in your code, and we end the question without any numbers in our code, but that's fine because we get to see 3 questions at the start of the next question. Let's have a look at question number 2. Your options are Quaver, Walt Whitman, Raphael Ravenscroft. Let's have a look at your questions. Which musical note is an oval filled in note head and a straight note stem with 2 flags? Question B. Who wrote the poem The Road Not Taken? And question C. Who played the famous 8-bar saxophone riff on the 1978 track Baker Street? Twitch lobby, you've got about 20 seconds to whisper your answer to the bot. Time starts now. There's an A, B, or a C. Whispering it to the bot. Which one do you think is true? And there is your time up. So, Dogfish and Shadowmane, back to you. What do you think?
I want to say A is not it. I'm sure Quaver is like a quarter.
Yeah, I think it's a music term, but I don't think it's for a note. And
Yeah.
Qua seems to denote quarter, so...
I think it's a note which has 1 flag, not 2, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's either one which has 0 or 1 flag, but I don't think it has 2 flags, point being.
I've just watched the chat and Asher said my poker face is immaculate because obviously I have for the last 10 years have lived and breathed this, so I'm just not giving anything away here.
Ash, I will give you a wide berth after this, don't worry.
I'm pretty sure Ash knows the answer as well. I'm not giving anything away. So you're thinking possibly not A. Okay, what about the other 2, B and C?
Well, C, you know my history with music, so I could be of absolutely no help. when it comes to the Baker Street song. It's a very specific thing to ask, the famous 8-bar saxophone riff. Like, it's not lyrics or who wrote the song or what this thing is. It's just who played that part of the song. I don't even know what the song sounds like.
It's quite a famous song.
Oh my
That. Oh no, no, that's Careless Whisper. Thank you, next. So I get my saxophone riffs mixed up. My wife, who's a saxophonist, has just come and shouted the answer of it, as has half the chat. Sorry guys, I've corrected myself.
Yeah. The ironic thing is, I heard this exact same riff earlier when my sister was watching an episode of The Simpsons on Disney Plus, and I still cannot, for the life of me, figure out any of the other details.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm seeing two names that are saying we're both alliterative because we're both mean.
Yeah, it all depends. Like, I can probably logic out The Road Not Taken, but it's Walt Whitman. What did he write? Like, what else did he famously write?
I'm just seeing if I can think of anything by even a poet of that name.
You guys need to watch some Breaking Bad. Is all I'm saying to them.
It's ironic because I do have Netflix.
It's exactly the platform we're watching it on at the moment. I'm gonna need to press you for an answer, guys.
For me, it's a complete toss-up. Is there a slight preference on your end? Because it is a total toss-up here.
Well, Raphael Ravenscroft seems like I'm leaning against Walt Whitman, and I'm leaning more towards Raphael Ravenscroft because Walt Whitman, it doesn't sound to me like he'd have written something called The Road Not Taken. So Raphael does seem to stick out to me a little as the right answer.
I'll follow your lead then, because...
Yeah, we're just taking the trust fall together on this.
So,
that makes sense.
So to confirm, you'd like me to lock in C as your answer?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, let's
take C.
Let's lock it in. And computer, can you please reveal the correct answer? Or rather, can you reveal, is C the correct answer? It certainly is. Well done, Raphael Ravenscroft. Despite me singing Careless Whisper by George Michael at you, and then later on Baker Street. Yeah. They're both, to be fair, they're both great saxophone riffs. Brig, Bother, Puzzle Dan and Matt the Ref lost out to that question. As to the other two, yes, a quaver is in fact the name of a note, despite what Shadowman was intimating at. But as Dogfish got to, yes, a quaver has got a single flag. One with two flags is actually called a semi-quaver. As to The Road Not Taken, Walt Whitman is referenced in Breaking Bad, and the main character has the same initials as him. But he didn't write The Road Not Taken. It was, in fact, Robert Frost who wrote that poem. Okay, so you've found the right answer, Raphael Ravenscroft, who played that famous 8-bar saxophone riff. You get a chance to look for another digit. Shadowman picked the last one, so Dogfish, would you like to pick this one?
Let's go for number 9.
Engine, number 9. Let's have a look if you're in the code.
Let us see if you're in line.
Let us see if you're in line. Is it in the first box? Not in the first box. How about box number 2? It is! It is there. And it didn't crash! Yay! So I need to come around some way of not putting 0 in the first digit. Yes, so you are only the second player tonight to find a digit for the code. Congratulations, you are 1/3 of the way to opening the vault and winning the jackpot of 5,000 points. However, the game does get a little bit harder. Over in the lobby, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players, with Saigai Dave and Cola currently in the lead with a point each, or a digit each. So we end that question and we go on to question number 3. You only get to see 2 of the questions before you must commit to an answer. Let's have a look at it. Your options are aquatic dance, Adam Canova, and 3. So, you get to pick 2 of those to reveal. I will then throw them to the Twitch audience, and then I will go back to you for discussion. Which 2 would you like to look at the questions for?
Generally speaking, I'm not going to know any name. My name knowledge is not up there.
Okay.
Is there anything which you feel if you could see or not see something quite easily there?
I think because 3 could mean anything, and with that being said, it's easier for us to look at aquatic dance and Adam Canova, because aquatic dance and Adam Canova could be 3. There's a lot of things denoting 3, so it could be vast on what 3 is, which could put us in a dangerous position. So I think it's better to leave 3 as the question we don't see, so we can reason out aquatic dance and Adam Canova better, if that makes any sense.
I'm happy to go with that logic, actually. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, let's reveal question A and question B, and then Twitch, you'll have your 20 seconds to get your answer in. Question A. In 2017, the world governing body of synchronized swimming changed the sport's name to what? And question B. What college humor alumnus is the host of the US version of the Crystal Maze? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds. Get your answers into the bot now. Adam Combe-over. Indeed, Brig Brother. Okay, and there's your time up. So, Dogfish Charmaine, what are you thinking?
As soon as I saw the US version of the Crystal Maze, I thought of the trailer, and I don't think that guy looked like an Adam Canova to me. So I think Adam Canova seems wrong.
I'll take your word on it. I've never seen the US version of the Crystal Maze.
I just know that it's on Nickelodeon and that it seems to follow the theming of the Richard Ayoade incarnation.
Ah, well.
And... because, see, I have seen a fair bit of Olympics, and I did synchronized swimming. If they did change it to something like aquatic, it does have some semblance of sense, but at the same time, I don't think it would have.
I associate it more with visuals than just dance. It's not like ice skating, is it? Where it's a lot of people for me to want to think of it as dance.
Yeah.
Gonna have to press you for an answer, guys. What would you like to go with?
Oh, it's better than nothing though, and 3 is very, very vague. I don't know. I don't know about this. I could definitely rule B out.
And I'm not hugely fond of A.
So you want to take 3 then?
I think 3 would make sense because, as you say, it could be anything. So,
would you like me to lock in? Would you like me to lock in C as your answer then?
Yes.
If you could.
Okay, let's lock it in. And now, of course, we have to reveal the question and see if you feel better or worse or indifferent about it. Question C is: how many patella does a typical person have in their body?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, what is it, Dogfish?
Patella, aren't they kneecaps? If you've developed 3 kneecaps, I'm seriously concerned.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, you are now locked in, and if they are kneecaps, that could spell danger for you. Can you please reveal, computer, if the correct answer is in fact C?
Didn't think so.
It's not, I'm afraid. The correct answer there was, in fact, B. It was the College Humor alumnus of the Crystal Maze is indeed called Adam Canova, which means at the end of that game, the lobby winners are Sago Dave and Cola Cola, each with 1 and surviving. As for you, Dogfish and Shadowmane, all we can do is reveal the other answers as for C, patella are indeed kneecaps, and the average person, typical person, would have 2 of them. And the first one, the World Governing Body of Synchronized Swimming changed its name not to aquatic dance, but they changed it to artistic swimming. Artistic swimming.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
So
dear.
that's the way the cookie crumbles. But unfortunately, you found 1 digit, but it is not enough to open the vault, which means we need to add another £500 to the jackpot. But it's not going to be for you to win, I'm afraid. We must say goodbye, but have you had a good time?
We have had a good time.
Had a good time, yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. For now, we end the question, we go to the leaderboard, and we see that it is still blank. We are going to do one more game tonight, just one final game, to see if we can get anyone onto that leaderboard. If you want your chance, you need to put the code in just a minute. Ideally, not starting with a 0. Oh, I've forgotten who's played now. Maybe I should get it to automatically add you to the exclusion list if you're picked into the game, but then I'd have to save the exclusion list in between builds. Okay, remind me who's played. So we had Cetra, and then we had Brig, Aspie, and Lingo. Who else have we had? Someone help me out here. We had SpongeBot64.
So we had SpongeBot64
with Matt the Ref. Dogfish 44 and Shadowmane and Scooter Dust with the one. Shadowmane.
Well, yes.
Shadowmane. Well, how do you spell Shadowmane's name? Shadowmane PX41 or Shadowmane PX41 and Scooter Dust.
Yeah, and Cetra 47.
And yeah, Cetra's already there. So Cetra, Brig, Aspie, Lingo, SpongeBot, Matt the Ref, Dogfish, Shadowmane, and Scooter Dust. I think that's it. Right. We're going to do one more game. Thank you for reminding me of those names there. Let's open up the lobby for the final time tonight. There's £5,500 or 5,500 points in the lobby at the moment. And it's the last chance saloon for this evening. Kneecaps. Okay, a couple more people just going on to the exclusion list there, which is fine. To check that actually we've got enough people in the lobby, otherwise it'll break. I'll have to close it down if there's too many people on the exclusion list.
There
I need
are
to
at least 3 players in the list.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we're fine. It's good. But yeah, there's other people adding themselves onto the exclusion list, so we'll leave it there and let's pick our final players or player for this evening. It's another dynamic duo. 2 of you going to come and have a go. Clive of Legend and Ash the Bash.
Oh dear.
So, Clive and Ash, you are our final contestants for this evening. And Clive of Legend, we're not going to get any Clive of Legend questions because it will automatically freeze them out, which means actually the average question. So, just to give you an idea, Ash hasn't written any questions for this, and there are 276 questions which are unused and not authored by Ash the Bash. There are only 201 questions which are unused and not authored by Clive of Legends, just to give you an idea of how many questions Clive has written. Clive, Ash, welcome to the Code.
Oh.
Hello, lovely to have you both here for the final game of the evening. I hope you're keeping well and you're keeping cool. It is quite warm at the moment.
Just about.
Just about. Are you looking forward to trying to crack the code? We've not had huge amounts of success from contestants tonight. We have found a couple of digits, but not any more than that. Well, how are you feeling?
This could be a good combination, I would say.
Could be.
I'd say so.
That's because Clive wrote half the questions, although of course he's not going to get to face his own. But he's certainly a very knowledgeable young man. Well, at least you're very knowledgeable, and I think the other 2 are also true. Let's go with
24,
yes.
so yeah,
24.
I'll take it.
We'll go with that. Okay, well, Clive and Ash, the very best of luck to you in the final game of the Code this evening. Let's start you off with your first question. Your options are Westworld, Auckland, and 10 Duovignitilian. And your questions: which TV pilot was directed by Martin Scorsese? Which of New Zealand's cities has the highest population? What extremely large number is more commonly referred to as a googol? You've got about 20 seconds if you're in the Twitch lobby. Whisper it to the bot. ABC, which one do you think is true? All vote now. So current jackpot standing at 5,500, and thank you to Egg Fried Cheese and Lingo Maniac, and I suppose myself, for these questions here. And Twitch, your time is up. So, gentlemen, Ash, Clive, what are you thinking?
I can eliminate C.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Trigintillion. Duotrigintillion, it should be.
Aha. That leaves you with A and B then.
I haven't got a clue on either of them, unfortunately.
No, both seem awfully plausible.
Yeah.
Martin's
I mean, what
Combination.
what else could New Zealand be besides like Wellington, maybe?
I guess so. The population.
I don't know anything about Westworld, so
I don't know anything about Westworld either, so this is a good one to start with. Hey,
Oh,
Rather
gosh.
out of luck on that question, aren't we? I
we
can
can
only.
eliminate the really stupid number, but we can't eliminate just geography or popular culture.
Off the top of my head, I don't think I've heard Scorsese and Westworld in the same sentence before, but
Tension.
Yeah,
If
but pilot, is this one of those things where it got handed over to someone else?
that's entirely possible.
I've got no clue though.
Well, gents, I'm going to have to press you for an answer.
I
Which
would
one is
probably
true?
be more inclined to go with B because it seems very plausible that Auckland could be highest pop.
Yeah, I'd go with that too.
Whereas A is like it might be, but
Yeah.
it's a stretch more than a B is. So
Would you like me
Yeah.
to lock in B as your answer then?
Yes, please.
yeah,
It's locked. Computer, can you please reveal if B is in fact the correct answer? It is the correct answer. Well played, guys. Well played. Wow, losing quite a few people there. Kaz, Quizzy Dan, Carl 7th8, Minky, Shadowman, etc. Not a jumble of numbers. Raw Justice, Brig Bother, Saigo Dave, JPB, Matt the Ref, Drahuska, and Keshi Head all getting eliminated on that first question. Very much a toughie. So, as you pointed out, what extremely large number is more commonly referred to as a Google? You suggested it was.
Duotrigintillion.
Which is exactly the right answer. As for the first one, I'm quite proud of this question, and I'm glad it threw you through a little bit of a loop, but I'm glad you didn't get it wrong at the same time. The Westworld pilot was actually directed by Jonathan Nolan, the brother of Christopher Nolan, of the Dark Knight trilogy. Actually, it was at the time the most expensive pilot ever made. Anyone in the chat know this one? It's going to have a look. Anyone in the chat going to get it? I think I'm behind. My stream is behind. I'm not sure if anyone knows. I'm going to reveal the correct answer. It was, in fact, Boardwalk Empire.
Really?
Yeah, Martin
No
Scorsese. It's the one with Steve Buscemi as Nookie, I think his name was. And it was, at the time, the most expensive pilot ever made. But you don't care about that. All you care about is that you've gone green and you get to search for a digit in your code. So, what would you like to look for?
Clive, you can take the first number.
Okay. 1, please.
Number 1. Let's see if there's a 1 in your code. A 1 in number 1? Alas not. Perhaps a 1 in number 2. Still nothing there. Last chance here. Is there a 1 in number 3? No, there is no 1 in your code.
Okay.
But that's okay, we just go on to question number 2. 6 players remain in the lobby. Let's go on to your next question. The Half-Blood Prince. 1. Recession. Here are your questions. How is Sirius Black referred to in the title of one of the Harry Potter books? In cribbage, how many points are scored for his knob, a jack of the same suit as the start card? What name is given to the selling of goods at a very low price, typically in the face of imminent bankruptcy? Twitch audience, you have about 20 seconds to answer, and your time starts now. A, B, or C? Whisper it to Persephone's Twitch bot. A, B, C, which one do you think is true? And yes, very family friendly, Matt. Quite right. Okay, there's the Twitch audience time up. So, Clive, Ash, what do you think?
It's definitely not A or C.
Well, A's Prisoner of Azkaban, isn't it?
Yeah, the Half-Blood Prince is Snape.
Would C be like
Spoilers!
liquidation of assets?
Where is it, Snape?
It's been out for 15 years. If you're being spoiled by it at this point in time.
What was that, Ash? Sorry.
I think C would be liquidation of assets, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know anything about cribbage, but without the other two,
I'm
I'd definitely
guessing
go for
one
A.
for his knob. Okay. I think we're pretty confident, aren't we, Clive?
I'd say so.
Do you like me to lock in B?
Yeah, lock in B.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's locked. Let's have a look and see. Is B the right answer? It certainly is. Only Toadboy getting eliminated there. As you rightly pointed out, Ash, yes, and one for his knob is, I believe, how the expression goes in cribbage. You weren't exaggerating when you said that. As you also quite rightly pointed out, the Half-Blood Prince is the title of book number 6, and there's a reference to the character Severus Snape. Sirius Black, as you mentioned, is referred to in book number 3 as the Prisoner of Azkaban. As to C, the selling of goods at a very low price, typically in the face of imminent bankruptcy. What did you suggest it was?
I thought liquidation of assets.
It's actually not that, but likewise
Okay.
it's not recession. The correct answer is actually a fire sale.
Oh, that makes sense.
So what
as
you
well,
have,
yeah.
you have a fire sale. Normally precludes, or very often can preclude a recession if it's with a big, like Lehman Brothers, as what happened in 2008. But you have got it right, so you get another opportunity to search for a digit in your code. I believe, Ash, it's your turn to pick.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping for my 456, so let's go with 4.
Let's have a look. Number 4. Are you in the code? Round and round it goes. Not in box number 1, unfortunately.
Well, it's not my 456 then.
Maybe in number 2. Ah!
Oh, it is number 2.
So you would be getting a point for 456 at this point, as do Egg Fried Cheese and Cola Cola for their codes 469 and 490. And you found a digit of your code. Congratulations. You are one step closer to cracking the code. However, the questions now get a little bit harder. 5 players remain in the lobby. Let's go on to question number 3, and you can tell me which 2 you'd like to have a look at. Your options are Rupert Grint, premature baldness, or 2010.
2010 could be literally anything.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on that one.
What would premature baldness? What would the question be for that?
Presumably the scientific term for it.
I guess so.
I feel like
baldness, or
I feel like we could probably work that one out, but
yeah, Rupert Grint. It's one of those. Are we going to go down the Harry Potter route? That's right, isn't it, Rupert Grint?
yeah, that's. I don't know anything he's done besides Harry Potter, so.
Similar.
Although it could be asking, maybe it could be asking about something one of his co-stars in Harry Potter did later on, and I do know a few of their roles, so that could be.
Well, I think if you can sort of work backwards with premature boldness, then do we want to get the questions for Grint in 2010 then?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I will reveal in that order Rupert Grint and then 2010, and until the Twitch audience have answered, you must abstain from further conversation until the lobby has had a chance to answer. So let's have a look at those questions. First of all, question A. Which actor plays Neville Longbottom in the Harry Potter series of films? And question C. In what year was the iPad first released? Twitch audience, the remaining 5 players, you've got about 20 seconds to answer this. A, B, or C. Which one do you think is true? You get as much information as the hot seat players. Whisper it to the bot. A, B, or C, which one is true. And that's their time up. So Clive and Ash, we come back to you.
It's not A, is it?
No, that's
Definitely not A. And I think C's right.
The worst part is I've had that one in winning lines, and I'm not 100% on it.
It's one of those, though, like, the iPhone was 2006, I want to say, and they had iPhone 2, iPhone 3G, and 3GS, and then they decided, hey, that's a nice idea, let's just make it a really big screen. So if we went for like one per year of those, which is generally what they like to do, that would mean the fourth one would be 2010.
Yeah, I think I remember writing the question and going, oh wow, it's only been 10 years?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, when I first joined Distinctive in 2012, they already had an iPad 2, so iPad was already before 2012. I would be pretty confident in going with C, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Okay, would you like me to lock in C as your answer?
Yes, please.
Please.
Okay, it's locked. So Ash maybe got a home team advantage here slightly. Let's have a look at question B and see if you still feel as confident about that lock-in. Question B, what is the title of the second video ever uploaded on YouTube?
I don't know about that.
I could tell you the first, but yeah, no clue on the second.
Well, you've locked in for C. Is C the right answer? It certainly is. Absolutely right. April the 3rd, I believe, 2010. Was the release of the first iPad. I have just Googled that, by the way, which I hope no one else is doing. I'm doing that because it's in my remit as the quizmaster. Cola and Puzzle Dan are getting eliminated on that question. Bad luck. And they are out of the game. Yes, so which actor plays Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter's series of films? You were correct, Rupert Grint. Who did you think Rupert Grint was?
Ron Weasley.
He's Ron Weasley. Yeah. Do you know who played Neville Longbottom?
Can't think of the name off the top of my head. Can you?
I've seen lots of pictures of him all grown up, but
yeah,
couldn't tell you his name.
He did puberty very well. His name's Matthew Lewis. It's the guy who played Neville Longbottom. As to B, what is the title of the second video ever uploaded on YouTube? Not premature baldness. Apparently, the answer is My Snowboarding Skills.
With a Z.
With a Z. How ghetto. Or gangster. That's what we used to say. You don't care about those, though. All you care is that you've got another chance to look for a digit of your code. So I think, Clive, we're coming back to you. What would you like to look for next? There's a 4, which you've already found, but there's no 1.
I like Ash's strategy, so let's go for 5.
We're gonna look for a 5. Let's see.
We're going for the accelerated game.
Is there a 5 in the code? Let's have a look. So if that 4 is going to stay static because we already know it, is it in the first box? There's no 5 there. How about at the end? Box number 3. No, no 5, no 5. So we maintain this format of play as we go on to question number 4. Take a look at these. Quick discussion and then let me know which 2 you'd like to see. Options are Australia, India, a sleep talker. 3 players remain in the lobby. Egg Fried Cheese currently has the lead.
I'd be inclined to say I want to see a sleep talker because I'm fairly sure I know the term for that.
Yeah, that seems like a good one to go for. Out of the other 2 geography ones, then, which would you be?
I would be
getting.
I would be equally dismal on both.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. But I mean, it could be anything. I mean, it could even be a food question, as we had Guy earlier to do with India as the answer. So it could actually be anything.
True.
So shall we go Australia Sleep Talker then?
I like the sound of that.
Okay, I will reveal them in the answer in the order that you gave them to me, and we'll throw it over to the Twitch audience first, the remaining 3 players. So first of all, question C. What is a somnambulist? Is question C. And question A. Which nation has won the Rugby League World Cup on 11 different occasions? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds. Time starts now. A, B, or C? Whisper it to the bot. And because the letter's not there, B is the one you can't see in the middle, which is always B. About 5 seconds. And that's your time. Clive and Ash, back to you. What do you think?
Well, C's a sleepwalker, obviously.
Walking, Ambulance is walking, yeah. A. You're giving me home advantage on this.
Home team advantage, they really are.
Rugby games. I developed rugby games, so pretty much rugby union and rugby league. Every time we do that, union. The top team in our game is actually England, very closely followed by Scotland. But for league, it's very clearly Australia. The Australian teams are just so much better at it. They have much better players. They have their own NRL, which is far superior. Sorry to say to anyone out there that likes the UK Super League, but NRL is far superior. And I would definitely agree that Australia should have won at least 11 Rugby League World Cups. It just has to be. If Australia haven't won 11 and another team's won more than 11, or won 11 or something, it cannot be. It just has to be A, I'm afraid. It just has to be.
Would you like me to lock in A as your answer then, Ash?
If it isn't, then we're seriously doing something wrong with our team formations in our rugby league game where we're released every year. So I would lock in A, please. Clive,
you happy with that?
Listen to the expert.
Okay, let's lock in A then.
Expert by proxy.
Let's have a look at the question you didn't get a chance to see and see how you feel about that lock in now. Question B. Another sport question. Which nation won 3 successive Cricket World Cups in 1999, 2003 and 2007?
Oh, that would be a decent answer for that. I probably could have been duped by that.
Well, you aren't going to have a chance to be duped by it now because you have locked in for Australia. Can we please reveal, is A the correct answer? It is the correct answer. Well done, Ash. Yes, very well logic there. We lose Connor M27, which leaves 2 players in the lobby. As you pointed out, a somnambulist is not a sleep talker. It is, in fact, a sleepwalker. As for the cricket one, you know it's not India. Ash, or indeed Clive, if you were going to take a punt on that one, if not India, who do you think it might be?
Well, it'll either be England or Pakistan.
Let's have a look. The answer is Australia again.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, okay. That's pretty interesting that it didn't pull Australia a sleepwalker. That could have been an interesting turn up for the books. But yes, Australia have also won 3 successive Cricket World Cups, 1999, 2003 and 2007. That might be something I might want to try and fix up against in case that comes up. Maybe? I don't know.
I think some people were saying in chat earlier that that has actually properly happened as on deliberate.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's happened on the show, then I'm absolutely fine with that.
They've deliberately done that before. I can't verify myself, but some people in chat were mentioning about it earlier.
Ah, well, in which case, I will do nothing. I will just fix my 0 issue. And speaking of my 0 issue, you don't have to look for a 0, but you do have to have a look for another digit. Ash, I believe it's your choice this time.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to go off of my 456 now. So let's complete the diagonal with a 9.
We're going to look for a 9. Will we find one? Let's have a look. Are we going to get a nice splotch of green, or are we going to get a nasty red diagonal? It's not looking good so far. Both the lobby players want it to be a 9. Is it? It's not, I'm afraid. So we've certainly got 1 digit. There are only 6 remaining for you to look for. Egg fried cheese currently with the lead in the lobby, 1 point, and dog fried cheese. Dog fried cheese? Dogfish and egg fried cheese. Dog fried cheese. I don't know what dog fried cheese is. That's not what we want to be, I think. Let's have a look at the next question. It's question number 5. See what you think of this. Options are nines, 5, Metallica.
Cool. Well, nines could be going back off of the rugby.
Yeah,
there is a rugby nines. It's not as popular as rugby sevens is. But will there be another rugby question back to back? I don't know.
It's. Can I say the question picker? I will just clarify that it is completely random. Clive of Legend does have a good proportion of questions, so if it looks like if there's one particular person who's putting in a lot of sport questions, that person is more likely to come up in the absence of another person because I've only got 8 authors in at the moment. So it is entirely possible.
How much do you know of Metallica, Clive?
Nothing.
I know of like one track of Metallica's, and that's about it. So I wouldn't be able to confirm nor deny a fact on Metallica.
Okay. I mean, I think we should definitely go for nines because I can't think of anything that would be besides rugby.
Mm-hmm. And 5 could be what could be 5?
Number of fingers on one hand, if we're lucky.
Well, yeah. Number of fingers and number of digits.
Oh God, yeah.
Do we want to do 9s and 5, or do we want to throw Metallica in there in the mix and do 9s and Metallica?
I like the idea of picking both the numbers.
Okay, 9s and 5.
Cute.
Then,
9s and 5. Okay, for the Twitch lobby first, egg fried cheese and dogfish, you've got about 20 seconds. The questions are: a common pearl of wisdom in blackjack is to always split aces and what other pair? And question B: on traditional modern musical notation, how many lines appear in a stave? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds and your time starts now. And again, with thanks to Lingomaniac and Egg Fried Cheese for these questions. Clive and Ash, what do you think?
Do I want to ruin the question straight off the bat?
I was going to say, this fell rather well for you, didn't it?
It does again, yeah. How does this work, eh? I mean, the thing is, most instruments do use a stave with 5 lines on. If you use, like, the treble clef on it, it's normally E, G, B, D, F. Those are the lines. But there are other variants out there, like percussion instruments. Sometimes you use one with 4 lines, 3 lines, 2 lines, 1 line, depending on what they need to use. And then there is the tablature form for guitar, which is a bit of sort of bastardized version of a musical stave, which is 6 lines, or however many number of lines you need for the number of strings on the instrument. But for the majority of instruments that use sort of standard Western music notation, it's generally 5 lines, with then legend lines above and below if you need to. As for blackjack, always split on aces and that. I mean, I don't know, to be honest, what the common pearl of wisdom is for blackjack.
Yeah, I've got no clue on that one, but I do also know B. So
I think shall we do it then? Lock in B5 as the correct answer.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, shall I lock in B?
Yes, please.
Let's lock it in. Is B the right answer? Oh, before we do that, we need to look at question C, don't we? Metallica, to see if you still feel confident. You sound fairly confident about B. Let's just have a look at question C all the same. Bruce Dickinson is the lead singer of which heavy metal band?
That doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name is, but that doesn't sound right.
So, if you needed any more confidence, you think you might have just got it from C. Well, let's have a look. Is B the correct answer? Of course it is, absolutely. And weirdly enough, Ash, when you started giving me the analysis of the answer, it was almost verbatim the conversation I had with Egg Fried Cheese earlier on. He asked me to proof the question, almost word for word, which I thought was quite funny. And again, my poker face coming in rather handy, I think, there. As to the other two, common pearl of wisdom in blackjack is to always split aces on what other pair? Not 9s, but apparently 8s. Always split 8s. If you've got a pair of 8s in blackjack, you've got 16, which is not a
Oh,
great...
yeah, 16 is a bad number, yeah.
It's a bad number to be getting in blackjack. As to the other one, a question from me, Bruce Dickinson is not the lead singer of Metallica. Any ideas?
No.
Can't think of the name, no.
It's Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden.
Okay.
One of my favourite bands. So, B was correct, so you get a chance to look for another digit, which would put you at the halfway stage if you were to go all the way. You are now, you have a 1 in 3 chance of finding one of the missing digits. Which one would you like to look for?
Back to you, Clive.
Let's see. I think Dogfish still had a 2 to look for, so let's try and get him a point. 2, please.
Okay, let's have a look and see if there is a 2 in your code. In the first box. Alas, no. How about box number 3? And no 2 in 3 either, which means Dogfish, the only way you can win is if you survive and Egg goes out. At the moment, Egg Fried Cheese has de facto won the lobby unless he gets eliminated. Okay, guys, you are halfway through the code keypad. There are 5 questions potentially that you could face. Let's have a look at question number 6. Options are Johnny Olsen, River, 5.
5's come back again, but in numerical format.
Olsen could be so many things, and I'm not up on which shows had which announcers, so...
Oh, that's more than I'm aware of, that name, so...
I believe he's an announcer. I could be thinking of the wrong Olsen, but I'm fairly certain that's an announcer.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything for sure. Well, was he the original Price is Right guy? Oh,
I don't know. That'd have to be in your wheelhouse.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's not. That's also not really my wheelhouse, but not my show.
Questions about River. What River? Is it like a translation of a word, or?
Yeah, or name maybe, or
yeah, the name of a thing derives from what thing, or River is a very interesting one.
Which 2 is it going to be? Which 2 are you going to pick?
I might bring the number in again.
It was good to us last time. Let's bring 5 in again.
Okay, so 5 and
Johnny Olsen, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, in that order. First of all, question C. In baseball, how many outs does each team get in each innings? And question A. Who was the announcer on the CBS version of The Price is Right from its premiere in 1972 to his death in 1985? Twitch audience, you've got about 20 seconds, Dogfish and Egg. Have a go at this. Which is true? A, B, or C? Whisper it to the bots. That's about 5 seconds. And that's time up. So, Clive and Ash, getting close with your initial musings. Certainly with one of them, at least.
Yeah, baseball's definitely 3 outs a team.
3 outs per team, which would be 6 for the total inning anyway, so it's neither 3 nor 6.
Yeah. And I am increasingly confident on A. I'm fairly certain I don't watch The Price is Right, but I think I've seen him on another show, and they brought him out to do the catchphrase just for fun.
You plucked that fact out before the question came up, so
yeah, I would be pretty happy to go for A.
I'm going to go with that then. Yeah.
Okay, shall I lock A in as your answer?
Yes, please.
Okay, now you're locked in. Let's have a little look at B and see if you feel any happier about that. In Texas Hold'em Poker, what is the term for the 4th community card dealt by the dealer?
River's the 5th, isn't it?
Yes, turn the 4th?
Yeah, flop, turn, river.
Yeah.
The order of Texas Hold'em, so we're good on not B.
Well, if that is indeed the case, then you should be in good stead. Can we please reveal, is the correct answer A? certainly is.
Get in there,
No one
Clive.
eliminated from the lobby. Yes, well reasoned out, and well done on figuring that out before the question even came up. That's a real help, I think, there. As to the Texas Hold'em question from Cassini there, the fourth community card, as you correctly pointed out, is indeed the turn. It goes flop, turn, river, and then you've got your pocket cards as well. And as to each out, how many outs does each team get in an innings? The answer is, of course, 3. So, as we go over the halfway stage, we're still looking for that second digit. Can you find it this time round? What's it going to be?
Let's go with the 0.
The 0. Is there a 0 in your code? We're looking for a 0. It's not in the first box. Maybe in the last box? Alas, no. So, if you get the next question right, you have a 50% chance of finding a digit. But for now, we continue with the current format. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go on to question number 7.
Briggs say, pick better.
Options are 433, arrow, knife.
Now, right off the bat, I want to say 433, but are we being lured into something, I wonder?
Well, that is a thing, because that would be John Cage. 433.
Yeah, and
that's the only thing it could be that, unless, of course, we're talking like the, a sprinting distance or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. They put that there as a very mean one.
In that particular form, though, that is like exactly how it is written on the page for John Cage's form.
Yeah. I would.
So, I mean, that would be there as a definite yes/no answer for me, I would say.
Okay.
Arrow and knife, what the heck could they be?
I'm trying to think. Arrow is that the one that Margaret Thatcher was involved with? She's definitely involved with something that involved putting air bubbles in to use less of it. It's literally stealing candy from children.
Okay.
I would be inclined to go with the top 2.
433 and arrow. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, let's reveal, and then we'll throw it open to egg, fried cheese, and dogfish first of all. 433, question coming up. What is the title of the famous track composed by John Cage in 1952? And for arrow, which chocolate bar's slogan is "The lighter way to enjoy chocolate"? 20 seconds, Twitch audience. Time starts now. A, B, or C? Whisper it to the bot. All 3 of these yours, Egg. Home team advantage for you then. Hello, Crazy Caleb. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. And if this is the last game of the night, but we play Tuesdays and Saturdays if you want to come and hop into the Discord for more announcements about when this stuff happens. And of course, Ash plays on Wednesday and Friday, and Matt plays on Monday, and Tipster on Sunday, and I'll do all that in a minute. Right, Clive, Ash, what do you think?
B's Maltesers, lighter way to enjoy chocolates, Maltesers. And then A, as we described earlier, I think.
I think we can keep. I think we don't need to waste too much time here.
Nope. Yep. I think lock in A as our answer, I guess.
Let me lock in A then. And just for posterity's sake, let's have a look at what question C would have been. What name is given to the metal runner on an ice skater's boot?
That's a blade, isn't it?
Okay, well, if that is the case, and B is indeed Maltesers, then you're looking good for another digit and a 50-50 shot at the second digit of your code. Is the correct answer A? Of course it is. 433, yes, a famous piece by John Cage. So written because I believe 4 minutes and 33 seconds is 200, don't tell me this, it's 200 and, I want to say 203? Hang on, what's 6 times 4? 206, 12, 18, 24, 273. And that's how many seconds it is. And negative 273 degrees Celsius is the temperature of absolute zero, I think. And it was 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. That was the logic behind it. Ash, is that right?
I actually didn't know about that derivation of it, but
did you?
it sounds about right.
I think someone told me that doing GCSE music that it comes from the fact that that is the inverse temperature, the negative temperature of absolute zero Celsius.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yes, and as you quite rightly pointed out, the lighter way to enjoy chocolate. I was looking at that and thinking, I'm sure that's Aero, and then you said Maltesers, and of course it is Maltesers. And as to see, the metal runner on Ice Skater's boot is in fact a blade. So you've got 4 digits left to pick from: 7, 8, 6, or 3. It's got to be one of them. Well, it's got to be 2 of them. Which is it going to be?
Okay. Well, let's hope that I had 2 of the right 3 digits. Then let's go with the 6.
You're going to look for the 6 to complete your 4, 5, 6 theory. Let's see if 6 is in your code.
Also, just realised I just stole your turn, Clive. Sorry.
That's fine.
Well, it's not in the first box. But it is in the last box. 4 and 6. Blank 4, 6. Only 1 digit remains, and Egg Fried Cheese now has 2 in the lobby, so is doubly secure of a victory if he can hang on to the end against Dogfish. Clive and Ash, you know the rules at this point, and Twitch audience, I will have to explain it slightly differently to you as well. You must pick a question to look at and then immediately decide whether it is true or false. If you think it's false, you eliminate it. If you think it's true, we have to go through the motions for the Twitch audience, but they have less time to answer, and you only have to answer T if you think it's true, Twitch audience. If you think it's false, leave it blank, do not respond. Okay, let's have a look at question number 8. I had to count them. Argentina, crocus, security cameras.
That's not an answer I expected to see repeated.
Yeah, crocus has come back again.
It shouldn't be. It's entirely possible it's a different question. It should be a different question because we haven't had any other repeats tonight, and I would imagine if there was something broken, we would have done by now, and I haven't thrown any out. So I suspect that's probably a different question.
Yeah.
I can probably find out, but maybe not until the question's been revealed. At which point we'll all know. So, which one would you like to look at first?
What security camera's going to be?
I don't know. I'm intrigued by that one.
Is that going to be like, what CCTV kind of known as?
That seems a little. That seems so.
Yeah, but see, yeah, I know.
What would it specifically be, though? I don't know. Which one are you feeling more drawn to?
I don't know. Argentina could be all sorts again.
Yeah.
Crocus could just be yet another reference to that question that appeared on Millionaire.
It's a good question.
It does seem like the sort of thing someone would do.
Do we want to go on Crocus on the thought that it's another callback?
I'd like to.
Okay, let's go with question B, please.
Okay, so Twitch audience, you will get first bite of the cherry. You get shorter time. The timer goes down quicker than before. If you think, after I've read the question and turned the timer on, if you think it's true, type T for true. If you think it's not, leave it blank. Let's have a look at question B, the answer for which is crocus. From which flower do we get vanilla? Time starts now, audience. And there's your time up. Right. Ash and Clive. It's up to you. If you think it's true, you lock it in now, and then we reveal
you
the
wrote
other
this
two.
question.
By Royal Flush. If you want to go with it, we lock it in now. Otherwise, we eliminate it and it's out the game for good.
Well,
yeah, get rid of it.
Get rid of it, yeah.
It's a orchid, right?
Yeah, orchid. Vanilla's orchid. As we discovered.
My poker face is just starting to crack a little bit. Would you like me to eliminate question B?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, question B is gone. Which question would you like to look at next?
I'm really weirdly leaning towards security cameras, and I don't know why.
I'm with you. I want to see it.
Okay, let's have a look at question C. Again, audience first. Here's question C. 2015 game Her Stories gameplay primarily involves watching what? Twitch audience, you've got about 10 seconds to answer. T, if you think it's true, leave it blank. If you think it's false, time starts now. And that's the Twitch audience time up there. Ash, Clive, what do you think?
Have you seen this game, Clive?
I have played it, yeah.
Oh,
That
you
was
played
like
it?
video
Okay.
diaries or an interview, right?
Yeah, it's like a police interview type thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of that.
Yeah, it's definitely not security cameras. Great game if you haven't played it.
Would you like me to eliminate C?
I think so. Yeah. There's a
Yes,
minute
please.
thing.
Okay, once it's gone, it's out of the game. And there it goes. So, question A, you're going to have to lock in with it. But of course, the Twitch audience has to answer. Because you've eliminated the other two, you are automatically locked in with A. I need to type the length. I'm getting so nervous for you now, I'm actually forgetting to type in the letter. Let's lock in A. And now let's have a look at the question. The rugby union team of which nation is known as the Pumas? Audience, if you think this is true, you've got about 10 seconds to answer. And of course the lights come back on the other questions once you lock in. How are you feeling about that lock-in?
Confident in the lock-in. If we went back this way, I don't know if I would be confident on that. I don't know the nicknames of the union teams.
So you've gone, you've managed to sort of slightly fluke your way maybe to getting the right order to help you get the right answer, perhaps. Well, let's find out. Computer, can you reveal, is A the correct answer? It certainly is.
Ooh.
And Dogfish and Egg Fried Cheese are both eliminated on that question. I don't know if they both got it wrong or if there's a problem in the code. Let me find out. No, Egg Rip and Dogfish. Dogfish, what, you typed T on the last one, did you?
Did he type T on any of the others, though?
Had you typed T on any of the others? Because if you'd done that, then it would have been wrong automatically. Because it instantly eliminates you if you type T on the wrong one. Right, that'll be why. Not at all.
Not at all. Oh.
Interesting. Which is it? Yes or not at all? F. Well, F would certainly make you eliminated because it won't process that. Not typed. Okay. I will. Didn't type until A. It's maybe possible then. It's maybe that was my bad, and it might be that when I lock in the answer, that let me just check that method, because if it goes through the players and eliminates when I press lock in, then that's my bad, and I'm very sorry. But you will win. You will win the lobby because Egg definitely got it wrong. So if you've got this right, you win with 0. But let me check the code first. What did I press? Lock in answer. Did I say? Lock in answer. Answers to lock. No. That's a shame, because I would much rather have there been a bug there that I can find. I'll have to look for it. But Egg definitely got it wrong, and Dogfish was definitely quick to say, hang on, something's amiss there. So I am, based on that, going to award the lobby game with a score of 0, but the only surviving player, to Dogfish44. Congratulations. Now, guys, Argentina was right. Let's have a look at those other answers that you rejected. From which flower do we get the vanilla? Harking back to the millionaire game. It wasn't. What did you say it was?
Orchid.
Yeah.
Certainly is. And as to the gameplay of Her Stories, you didn't think security cameras. What did you think it was?
Like interviews of some kind.
Yeah.
Let's see what the computer says. Yeah, police interviews. Absolutely right. So, you've got a choice of 3. 3, 7, or 8. You've got a 1 in...
time, Clive.
Okay, I'll go for lucky number 7, please.
Lucky number 7. You've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting that 5,500 jackpot. Let's have a look. Is the first digit of your code lucky number 7? It's not. Down to 2, 8, or 3. You're going to face a maximum of 2 more questions. You could be about to do this the hard way if you go to all 10 questions. It has happened. What's going to happen next? Here's question number 9. Now, because the lobby is empty and Dogfish has already won the lobby, we don't need to do the Twitch Plays timer, so we can just go straight in. Your options are Father Knox, Russia, Europe. Which would you like to look at first?
Well, these are a bit harder, aren't they?
Just a bit. I have no clue who Father Knox could be.
Absolutely the same. I have no idea. What are they going to be about Russia and Europe? Europe's wider scope than Russia is.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
Yeah, I don't know much about Russia besides snow and vodka.
Do we want to look at the Europe question first, then?
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Question C first, please.
Let's have a look at question C. Yoga is a group of physical, mental, and spiritual practices that originated from which continent?
Not a chance. I don't think we need to spend too much time here.
No, it's not. It just isn't.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it, Ben.
You want me to eliminate question C?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, question C is gone for good. Where would you like to go next? You've got Father Knox or Russia?
We're probably going to know more about Russia than we are Father Knox.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have a look at question B, please, Ben.
Let's look at question B. The 1976 Summer Olympic Games were held in which country?
Now, it's those list questions.
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue on this one.
76. Damn, this is difficult.
Yeah,
I can't even think that far back.
Orc.
There. Yeah, sorry.
That's
I mean,
right.
how many Olympics has Russia even had? I mean, there was Sochi, which is winter.
Yeah, they've had, I think, a Moscow Olympics, haven't they?
Sounds right.
They have had a Summer Olympics, right? Or have they?
Have they have a Summer Olympics? That's a good question, actually, because it is mostly wintry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to press you for an answer. Are you going to reject and eliminate question B, or are you going to lock it in?
I mean, there was one Olympics in the Soviet. Was there one Olympics in the Soviet Union? There was the one the U.S. boycotted. I don't know where that one was held, or when that was. I would be inclined to reject that personally.
Similarly, not obviously that confident on it, but I would be more inclined to reject than to accept.
Yeah.
Once it's eliminated, it is gone for good, and you lock in A by proxy, by default rather.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna figure anything out looking at this any longer.
So be it. We will discard B.
Would you like me to eliminate question B?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
It's gone. Which means, by default, you lock in to question A. Let's have a look at the question and see how you feel about that. Which Catholic priest is associated with a decalogue of rules for writing detective fiction?
We've had one of these question on the rules before, haven't we?
I mean, probably it just goes in. I speak it out and then I just forget about it.
Well, you're locked in either way. So we need to have a look and see. Computer, Is A the correct answer? It is the correct answer! Well done! That is brave, brave souls. Whew. Yes, Father Knox was the Catholic priest associated with a decalogue of rules for writing detective fiction. As to the other two, you correctly and quickly eliminated question C as not being in Europe. Where do you think they are? Where yoga is from?
Asia.
It's got to be Asia, yeah.
It has, absolutely Asia. As for the 1976 Summer Olympic Games, they weren't held in Russia. Do you know where they were held?
Could be any other.
I guess France. Just France for fun.
You'll believe it or not, imagine a country that's a weird cross between France and Russia.
Like Canada.
Correct. Montreal, Canada. I don't mean to be. I'm sorry if anyone is offended by that. I didn't mean to be offensive. So sort of, it's cold and it's big, and they speak French, so it's a combination. Russia, yeah, or Russians. Anyway, Father Knox, what's the right answer? So you now have a 50-50 coin flip as to whether or not you win the jackpot, or whether it's going to take you one more question to get through. 8 or 3 are your options.
I don't know.
Should we avoid the meme number just to?
We can avoid the meme number, yes.
Let's go for 3 then.
Okay, let's see. If the last digit of your code is in fact a 3, then you've won the jackpot. If not, then you know what it is, but you've got to get through one more question. Is 3 the first digit of the code? Keep my fingers crossed for you guys. We want to see a 3. It's not there! So we now know what the code is, and the meme was strong with your code.
Oh, God.
But that does mean you know what it is, and you've got one more question to survive, and if you can do that, you are first onto the leaderboard with 5,500 on this, the very first episode
Come on,
of the
we
code.
can do this.
We can hope.
The very best of luck to you both. Here comes the final question, question number 10. Options are Titan, Kindergarten Cop, Penny.
Well, Titan, that's going to be like a moon of something, isn't it? It's going to ask of a planet, and is it a moon of?
Probably. I think Kindergarten Cop is going to ask about a star, or...
Like, is that Schwarzenegger's Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah. Then it could be, I guess, could be co-star or something. Penny.
Penny could be a name, or it could be unit of currency.
Yeah. Could be what's on one of our coins, possibly, or one of your coins.
True. That is true. Or it could be, yeah, if it's like the Queen faces a certain direction, then it'd be Penny and Stamp, because they are 2 different directions.
Oh, God. Would you be confident on a...
I've had a question on that before. Actually, over on Briggs' stream, and it was it was Quizzy Dan's one of his experimenty things. It was just one of his questions.
If it is this question, this coin, I'm looking at the. If that is the question, I am looking at the answer. I don't know what the question is, so I genuinely don't.
Well, if it is that would be really interesting. So. Do we want to go down that route, Clive, and think it is going to be one of those penny stamp things?
Yeah, let's take a chance on it.
All right.
Do you want to look at the question for Penny?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at question C. In the popular saying, which coin is offered for your thoughts?
Well, that's a bit of an anticlimax.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yeah. Penny for your thoughts? Can we have 550,000 of them, please?
Oh, you're making my dog bark. Miney, be quiet. Shush.
Oh, it's the excitement of the game getting to her.
Clearly. Would you...
do we want to lock it in, Clive?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's lock in answer C. And of course, for posterity's sake, we've got to have a look at the other 2. So the first one, Titan. What is the largest moon in the solar system?
Oh, that's a good question and answer combo.
Thank you.
That's a good question and answer combo. I actually couldn't think off the top of my head what it would be.
Well, question B is, in which 1984 film does Arnold Schwarzenegger play a killer cyborg from the future? I'd love to see that film.
If that was the case.
Well, you're locked in, and we will find out if you're right and what the other answers would be. Computer, is C the right answer? It is the right answer. Congratulations. Yes, penny for your thoughts indeed. Game's not over yet because you obviously have to find the last digit of the code. As to the other two, in which 1984 film does Arnold Schwarzenegger play a killer cyborg from the future? It's not Kindergarten Cop, it is
Terminator.
It is indeed the Terminator. As to the first one, you know it's not Titan now. What is the largest moon in the solar system? What would you hazard a guess at?
I actually don't know.
Is it? Is
It's
it
like
Io?
Yeah, Io's what came to mind just then, but
It's the right planet, wrong satellite. It is in fact Ganymede.
okay.
Ganymede, the largest moon of Jupiter and in the solar system. So, gentlemen, you've come all this way. You faced all 10 questions. There is one digit left to search for.
I mean, it had to be this number that ended the game, didn't it?
It really did.
To avoid it so badly.
The memes are
Everyone
strong.
in chat, give me all your power.
Let's have a look and see. Is 8 that final digit? Yes, it is! Yay! Congratulations, guys. Whew. Many congratulations, you have cracked the code 846 and you win the jackpot 5,500 after a long slog through this opening stream, which was supposed to finish an hour ago. But we've just got a little bit suckered into this game, and I hope you've had fun, and you will appear on the leaderboard. Let's go and have a look at that leaderboard. 846 your code. And over to the leaderboard. There we go. Clive of Legend, Ash the Bash, 5,500. The first players on the leaderboard, and the only players on the leaderboard for now. Congratulations to you both. A superb game. Have you enjoyed yourselves?
That was an absolute blast. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. You are the first players on the leaderboard, and we're going to do the whole thing all over again on Saturday. So do make sure you come down for that. It's after another game that we're playing on Saturday. But for now, Clive and Ash, congratulations. The first champions and the crackers of the code. Congratulations. Okay. I'm going to play the credits one more time. Well, what an exciting first episode of The Code. I hope that you have enjoyed it at home as much as I've enjoyed hosting it from here. That's how the game is played, and it's not very often it goes all the way to all 30 questions, but yes, indeed, that is indeed what has happened today. I'm not going to actually officially open the lobby. I just want to see when I go open lobby, it will calculate how many questions. When I lock the lobby, maybe. I've had some test players. These aren't actually going to play. These are test players just because I want to see the log of how many questions I've got left. Okay, 246 is the number of questions I've got left. We're not playing another game, sorry. So yeah, just to give you an idea, we started the night out with about 301, I think, 301, 320, something like that. And I've now got 246 left. So I get through about, on a stream like this, which is longer than normal. As you can see, there's a maximum of 30 a game. Oh yeah, I need to reset the jackpot. Let me do that now before I forget. Reset jackpot. Yes, so there's a you can see how many questions you get through. 30 questions, which is quite a lot of questions, but it's also quite a long game. So I think I got through 50 or 60 tonight. So to keep up the pace of it, that's the sort of level of questions that number of questions for each subsequent stream that I will need to use. And I'm always very happy writing questions myself for this, but it's lovely to get some community input as well. It's really nice seeing other questions coming up, and I'm grateful to all the question writers for this evening. We are next going to be playing this on Saturday. It won't be a full stream of it because we're playing Deal or No Deal first on Saturday. That's Saturday at 8 o'clock BST, same channel right here, 8 o'clock for some Deal or No Deal action. After that, we will have another game of the code, so please do come and join us for that on Saturday. In the interim, you've got Ash's stream tomorrow, where there is meant to be some dual stuff. I know there's been a couple of scheduling conflicts, but as far as I know, there is some duel happening tomorrow on Ash's stream, twitch.tv/AT_bash. Do go check him out and give him a follow. Ash, the champion from, or half of the one half of the champions from the game we've just had. You can also catch him on Friday at the same channel, 8 o'clock BST, for Winning Lines, which will be really good. And yeah, it was worth noting, I meant to say Clive actually won big on Matt's stream last night on Take It or Leave It, which is a similar sort of concept, actually. He won about 45,000 on there, so Clive on a bit of a winning streak at the moment. 42,550, thank you very much, Egg Fried Cheese, yeah. And if you want to catch more action from Matt, then you can do that over on twitch.tv/Matt_the_ref. He streams on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. So do go and check him out as well. You've got the Pinnacle Larder with Tipster. There's the link to Matt's as well. I must put a Nightbot link on that. You've got the Pinnacle Larder with Tipster over at the Pinnacle Larder at 7 PM on Sunday, so do go check him out. Tipster's the awesome guy who does all the trailers for your week in quiz, puts them up on Twitter, and the Pinnacle Larder's all very, very chill, so do go and pop over for that. And of course, if you like video game music, you can go and check out Quetz, the Chase VGM at 2 AM, not 1 AM as it says there, BST on Sundays, and 1 PM on Thursday. So that's about it from me for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. There's a couple of little gremlins in there that I think I need to fix, but by and large, I think it was fairly functional. Apologies for the slight technical gremlins at the beginning regarding Zero. That should be a relatively easy fix and something I just overlooked. And apologies to Dogfish, who did win the lobby, but for some reason that answer didn't get checked. I will investigate that issue and find out what is going on in the third round. Thank you again to everyone who's taken part. I hope you've enjoyed the experience. I also would like to thank very much the question writers, and please do keep them in. If you keep them coming in, if you are so inclined, you can join the Discord. Pinned in the code section of the Discord, you'll find an app that will allow you to write your own questions, and it will do all the formatting for you. You just need to send me a file. If you want to add some more questions, following some of yours appearing tonight, just remember, if you are going to send me an updated JSON file, don't clear out the previous questions unless you can remember exactly which questions have come up. It's easier just to add on to the end, and then it will just recompile from what's happened. So yeah, if you want to add some more questions, then please do send them my way. That would be amazing. So Saturday is going to be Deal or No Deal and more the code. Next Tuesday, I'm going to be back again at 8 o'clock. I kind of want to do some countdown. We haven't done countdown for a little while, so maybe some exhibition countdown games. It'd be good to do Millionaire again, though I think we need maybe a couple of weeks off because we can have too much of a good thing with Millionaire. Also, I need some more question stacks for Millionaire, so please do send those in as well in the Discord same section. Jason Derulo. No word of a lie, Sam, so there is a button on that app that says press export to JSON is what it says, and every time I click it I have to go export to JSON, export to JSON, oh wait, no, where did it go, into the documents, and so on. Export to JSON, yeah, it's always very fun. So yeah, next Tuesday I'm feeling maybe a bit of countdown, could be quite fun. We're doing Deal or No Deal this week, and maybe Danger Zone, maybe Family Fortunes. I don't know. I'll give it some thought over the week. Possibly Family Fortunes, maybe Danger Zone, because sort of Danger Zone didn't quite finish last time, so I feel that needs to reach some conclusion. I've already got 2 rounds written for it, so no polls, Egg, no polls. I'll make that decision all in. There'll be a vote at some point, but I'll make that decision. But yeah, keep your eye on announcements and what's on in my Discord server. And thank you for the final birthday wishes to Megs. I think she's gone to bed to read her book, so I should probably go and spend some time with her. It's very good of her to let me stream tonight on her birthday. Thank you all so very much for joining me tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe in the sun. Plenty of Factor 30. Very important. Until next time, I'm going to play the credits again, because that's a cool way to end. Thank you for all the good wishes. Thank you all to all the new followers and everyone who supports this channel. It's been lovely talking to you all. I've been Royal Flush. I will see you probably on Ash's stream over the next couple of days, but if not, I will see you Saturday for Deal or No Deal and More the Code. Take care, peace out, and good night.